All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing okay. It's really cold and windy here today. We had some freezing rain the other day, and I went for a walk with the dog this morning, and it was like I fell on my ass, so my butt hurts because it's just like it's sheet ice everywhere, right? And it's slick, and there's a strong wind, and it's pretty miserable out there. But anyways, so I'm happy to be back in here where it's warm. Yesterday at this time, I had no heat in the house, but fortunately we got it fixed, and in the end it didn't cost me anything, so good. I actually had a service contract, so it's all good. We've got heat, I'm inside, and life alert. Yeah, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Nice. No, but I'm fine. The thing is weird. That's weird.
What was it? Was it something simple? Was it?
It seemed to be a combination of things. My thermostat did fail, but also the igniter. I don't know. The igniter, anyways, for the natural gas was intermittent. So when the thing failed, it just wouldn't restart. So the guy could get a signal out of it, but it was tentative. So he did have to replace that part he went away for and came back. And it's fine. Anyway, my furnace, it's funny, my furnace is 25 years old, but all the guts in it have been replaced over the years. So the box is 25 years old. Pretty much everything inside it is anywhere from 15 to 5 years old, depending on when I got it replaced. So I think probably the next time we're going to have to replace the whole thing, because the guy's like, you're lucky that I have this part, because I don't have any other part for this that would fit this machine. This is the only part I actually see in the inventory. So
right, start running of parts to be able to service things, and that's when it's time to it's going to cost you more, or not even being able to fix it, regardless of the cost. So
you just can't find it, right? And he said, like, because the technology that's used is not used anymore, so they don't even carry those parts. Anyways, the other thing that's weird, you guys can't see it because you just see my head in this office, but it's funny that you guys probably experienced this over the holidays when you'll have like family over and holding a lot of parties. There's stuff in your house that doesn't fit in the house anymore. You just keep stuff around that you don't want out when you've got a party. My office is where it all goes, because it's on the ground floor and it's a convenient place, and you just close the door and nobody needs to see my bank of monitors, right? And everything. So I've got like everything in here. I've got kitchen stuff in here. I've got tables. I've got random pieces of wood we used for different things. Anyways, we set up like 3 microwaves over the holidays, because we always, you gotta, cook food and then heat it and keep it reheated. And so we end up running a few microwaves. So that means I got to get stuff off the kitchen counters, and it is just a mess in here. But anyways, all that being said, Carlos, it's distracting me, but I'm hoping that I can focus, because yesterday I was not focused on trading, not having any heat. Today, I really don't have any excuses. So I'm looking for a good day. It's on the second last day of the year. You're on mute. Can't hear you.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm here. It's not easy trading code, so I'm glad that everything is all set for you and ready to go there. All right, friends, let's jump right to it. Quick look at our gappers that's brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Things feeling a little bit nicer this morning in the green. So a couple of stocks in the green, nothing in the red so far at the moment. So let's dive into it and let's see what we got going on here. Let's look at the first one this morning. Actually, wait.
Yeah.
This is something else we got to check. Well, I missed. I got to go to the checklist. See, this is why pilots.
Yeah, exactly.
Pilots, no matter.
Pilot's checklist. We almost.
How long you fly, how many hours you fly. There's a checklist. You go through it, because it could be that one day you miss to click on that button and the whole thing could just fall apart, right? So we don't want that. Let's go right to our news. Peter, what do we got with the U.S. economic calendar?
I'll take responsibility for that. I was talking so long at the open, you probably thought we did it, so which is fair. So, anyways, economic calendar. Yeah, there's three things on the calendar as you can see. We got the home price index coming out at 9:45. We got the Chicago PMI. Really, the only one I really expect the market to care about and move for is the release of the December minutes. Uh, this is usually an automated computer-based response, right? There should be nothing new in it. The FOMC didn't say, this is the Fed, they didn't say anything new in December that we're aware of. The release of the minutes is a pretty standard activity. However, usually what happens is all the automated systems go and read it and interpret whatever they're seeing, and the market blips. It blips up or it blips down, depending on whether they read the tone of the minutes to be hawkish or dovish. I always find it interesting that when it comes to the Fed, we talk about hawks and doves. When it comes to the stock market, we talk bears and bulls. But anyways, we got to find another pair of animals just because. In any event, so we that 2 p.m. If you're still trading, if you're active, just be aware it could move in your favor, it could move against you. There might be an opportunity because usually what happens it'll pop or drop and then come back to where it started from. So if you can figure out that reversal point, then there might be an opportunity to take that trade. But it's a risky one, but it can sometimes be fun. It's fairly reliable, but we'll see. We'll see what we do. But just be aware of that at 2 o'clock, anyways, if you're active in the markets. All right, Carlos. Now let's take a look at the gappers because it is a different gappers list than yesterday, isn't it? It's today we got green as opposed to yesterday when it was, I think, pretty much red across the board.
Yeah, it was red everywhere. So a sea of red today. We're on the other side of things. Again, still with some tickers that were like, it's not our usual type of list. I could see some of this stuff doesn't look all that great just because we know how well, know them well from previous trading. Like XPAV doesn't do so good. INQ, it's been okay. So yeah, let's see if today we get a better list than what we had just a few days ago. We'll start with the first one on deck this morning, and this is FLYE. This is up 28%. Was up a lot higher, as you can see here. It was up all the way up 1023, now down back to 682. Peter, very low flow stock, sitting at less than 1 million shares flow is what I'm showing. Not one that I like this morning. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, FLYE Group. They're listed as an auto manufacturer, but I've never heard of these guys. There's no identified reason for this. I think, like you said, Carlos, we're going to see some unfamiliar tickers today and tomorrow, probably on Friday as well. Usually this happens when the volume's lower in the market and we don't have a lot of the big institutional trading. You get these random things that just sort of pop up. They get a little bit more focus for whatever reason on these days, and you get enough volume to put them on our list. So this just happens to meet the criteria. It's just over the $5 limit. It closed at $5.28 yesterday. It's got the volume, it's got the move. So obviously the ATR must also be in range for us, which is surprising for a stock this price. Yeah, so for a stock that was $5 at the close yesterday, it's got a $1.30 range. So that tells you this thing's pretty volatile. Although I'm looking at the daily and these little candles are baby. Oh, you know why? The only reason why it's got this $1.30 range is because this big day it had on the 1st of December. That's affecting it, right? Because every other day is significantly less than $1.30. In fact, some days it moves. Most of these candles are only 20 cents wide, 20 or 30 cents wide. So, this is a garbage stock. Let's roll out the truck, or you want to sit in the middle of the exchange? Let's one way or the other.
We could do both. I'll roll the truck.
Yeah, let's roll it out first, and then I want you to park it in the middle of the stock exchange to let people know there's garbage coming.
I don't have that one, so I got to get the.
Oh, you don't have that one?
Yeah, no, only you got that one. I got to get that one.
Yeah.
Send it to me. I'll put it in the queue there. We'll have it ready to go for next time.
I'll do that here.
All right, friends. Let's continue here. That's the first one on deck. Low flow stock, high flying this morning. Be very, very careful. Yeah, silver. I see you guys talking about silver in chat as well. It's hopping the other way. Looks like now, right? So I see also some of these tickers that do fly with silver, like some of the minor companies. This one, SBSW, is on deck this morning, so we're getting a little bit of a bounce, looks like, on silver, and the tickers involved with that are also popping up this morning. So again, typically I don't like the way these stocks trade. This is it yesterday. Let's look at yesterday's action. They did get a little bit of a sell-off. It just kind of went sideways for the rest of the afternoon, and I expect a lot of silver stuff to look that way. I see AG on here as well. Same thing. I mean, look at the trading on this thing yesterday. I mean, it's just brutal. Like, there's just no way to actually trade this. Typically, that is how they trade, and that's why I usually don't watch them. And it's going to be a safety for me today. I'm going to keep them off my list for the most part, and I see a few of them on here that fall within that category. So, Peter, nothing to add as far as silver and some of these mining companies. Anything you want to add to it?
No, I mean, other than just to reiterate what you said, that it has made some good moves over the last few days. It was up pretty significantly, came down from the highs. We were talking about it yesterday morning. Said, come on, like, let's not panic, right? It was down about 7, maybe 9% at one point. Now we're bouncing back. So it's well in these all-time highs. If you're holding silver long term, you're still a very happy person. But it's had some decent moves, but it's not easy to intraday trade. A lot of these moves happen overnight. And they just, if you sort of look at, like, I watch SLV, and you can just see it's gaps a lot, right? There's a lot of gaps, and then it has these little baby moves most of the time during the day. Every once in a while, it'll move during office hours, so to speak, but most of the time it's an overnight thing. So it's fun to watch, not a trading opportunity for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking myself here. All right, let's continue, friends. Let's see what else we got going on. If we go to our list over here, again, brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can get the exact same list and other trading tools that are available to you here. Oh, hold on. I got stuck with something here. What's going on? Don't know what's happening. Okay, there it is. I fixed it. All right. So next one is we looked at SBSW. We know about AG, which I just fell off the list here, went below 2%. Looks like. What else we have? TE. What is TE? TE this morning is the same thing here. TE Energy. This was on the list yesterday too. Energy stocks. So I don't know what's going on with them. T1 Energy. Let's see how they traded. Sold off for the most part, looks like, here on the 5-minute from yesterday. Again, not typically something I look at, and I won't be looking at it again today, Peter. So not sure about you.
No, the news is that they completed a $160 million sale of Section 45X production tax credits. I don't know what that means. I didn't know you could sell tax credits. Blah blah blah. There must be some government deal where you can sell tax credits to someone else. They apparently sold them for 91 cents on the dollar. I guess they weren't going to use these production tax credits, and they can sell them off. So somebody got a deal, because they're basically getting a 9% return on their $160 million investment, assuming they could use all these tax credits that they just bought. So it's all Greek to me. I don't know what that means, but that's the reason why it's moving. Being that I don't understand it, I feel like I'm not going to trade it.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone there. So I don't like it either. Speaking about tax credits, what's going on? Have you seen this stuff with Minnesota and the daycares? Like, all my feed has gone to this thing. Like, I watched one video on it, and now everything I'm getting on my browser is all about this Minnesota daycare fraud thing that's going on there. So I don't know how real it is, or is
it's the one where they opened the federal probe because of the belief that money's being misspent.
Yeah, and they looks like they already have arrested some people. Like, the FBI is going in on this thing, man. Is how real? Any Minnesotians? Is that how you say Minnesotians in the house that can tell me how real is this?
Minnesotans,
because Minnesotians. I think it sounds right. It sounds good. Minnesotians.
I don't know. Sure, yeah.
Both, because what is Boston? Bostonians. It's weird. Yeah, nothing like New Yorker. Yeah. New Yorker sounds so good. No offense to anybody else, but New Yorker. If you're New Yorker, it just sounds great. Just rolls off the tongue. But Bostonians, I mean, that's
Minnesotan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There we go. So I don't know how real this is, but yeah, man, it's out of control. And it just seems like my feed is just wild on it.
Yeah. anyways, I worry about these things in this current environment because it sounds like there really is a bunch of fraud happening, and unfortunately, this happens, especially when you get government-run programs, and a lot of times governments everywhere in the world. This is not a U.S. problem. This is everywhere on the planet. That when you get large-scale programs that aren't well managed or policed, that which is often typical of government programs, right? Because they just sort of under manage that part. You're going to get people who can take advantage of it, right? Unfortunately, everywhere there's somebody looking to try and screw somebody over or get something for free, and it's going to happen. What worries me about the whole thing is that instead of saying we need to improve the way we manage these programs, I'm worried the outcome is going to be, see, these programs are ineffective and they should be stopped altogether. Because that's, to me, that is not the correct response to this. There are, I'm sure, a lot of people that are taking, using this the way it was intended and doing good work with it. But unfortunately, you've got fraud that rears its head. And I said it happens, unfortunately, in a lot of, especially large programs. It is hard to police, but it should be, how do we do better? How do we figure out how to
Right.
better manage
Right.
this so that it only goes to those who desperately need that support to benefit society, right? That's the whole point of this, is you're trying to make a better society to benefit the people whom, the government is serving. But anyways, we'll see where it goes.
The numbers just were staggering, man. Some of this stuff is in
Yeah.
the millions, like 1.5
Oh
million.
yeah.
Yeah, Blake, you saw the same thing I saw. I mean, some of the numbers, I'm like, wait, you just gave out $800,000 and you didn't go to check out the place to make sure it's legit? Like, what? It just it boggles my mind how you give away that much money, throughout a year or so. It's just wild. But again,
But you know
like you
what?
said,
The
Peter,
the,
it's
the
hard
thing
to
is also
police.
this type of program, it'll get a lot of focus because it's been made a big deal of. Unfortunately, it's not unique. There are programs out there, all sorts of programs that have equal levels of mismanagement and misspending and fraud, if you will. And unfortunately, it's the squeaky wheel. This happens to be the politically squeaky wheel right now, so that's being promoted. But as has been pointed out, there's been a lot of programs that we know that those in power, for example, don't want you to look at because it doesn't benefit them to have the spotlight put on it. And that's the reality of the world in which we work, right? That
Yeah,
there's
it's a
those in
shame,
power
man.
who are going to take
Shame.
advantage. There are those out there who are just going to try and screw the system. It's, can't trust anybody. It's a shame.
Oh, you definitely can't trust anybody now. I'm telling you, I see videos online now, and they could be real. And I'm like, I don't know if that's real anymore. That could be completely fake. I have no idea. So take everything with a
Yeah.
grain of salt. All right, friends, let's
Yeah.
continue here. Back to our trading terminal gappers list, brought to you by Trading Terminal, of course, .com. Go over there and check out other tools as well. PSLV is next, and again, not seeing a whole lot that I like. I believe this is
Silver.
another mining, right?
Just another
Yeah.
silver.
So we'll skip on it. I
Yeah.
don't trade those guys. If you like it, you could look at SLV. It's a good one, right? Let's just go to them. If you want to trade silver, SLV is one that a lot of people look at. I personally, again, don't really trade it, but this one gets the volume and trades very well. It is an ETF, so you kind of get the aggregate of everything, how it's moving on that sector. Right now, you see this little bit of bounce, and a lot of the underlying tickers are bouncing along with it. And AG is another one that people tend to like. I think it's one of the ones that's a little more known, or at least gets more volume, right? So any of those, take a look at if you want to trade anything in that field. Let's skip on down to, I see XBEV on deck. We haven't seen this one in quite some time. This morning they're up 3.5, 396,000 shares traded. Peter, we have not touched this in so long. I mean, I forget. It's got to be at least a year. Maybe not a year. Maybe
Yeah.
8. No, actually, maybe a year.
Yeah. It's
Right?
been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. Some interesting news out of China. So XPEV, I think, is just benefiting from the general news. It's not actually specific to them, but being that they're one of the more active traders, they and NEO probably are the two big volume traders. And NEO is just a lot of institutional trading. It even looks like a barcode this morning. It's got a lot more volume, but it looks horrible. But it is up also 4%. But out of China, anyways, their exports of electric vehicles have exploded. There looks like they're really actively trying to expand into other markets. Exports jumped a month, well, from from last year November to this year November by 87%. And there was some surprises in there in that, like exports to the EU rose about 39%. The big gainer was in Latin America, and especially Mexico. Mexico, I mean, they came from a very small number, but they exported 19,300 vehicles in November, which is a 2,300% growth. So really, they've been targeting the Mexican market and seen a lot more exports. Latin America was up 283% overall. So basically, just big growth you can see focused on Europe and Latin America, and really shows how. And again, if you're like me and like I like watching car reviews and just see what's happening out there, some of those EVs out of China look amazing. I have no idea how durable they are, but when you do like a car test and they give you the model where everything works and it's brand new, they're freaking awesome, man. There's some really cool features and functions in it that we have never seen in North American cars, and it just seems like they are technologically pushing forward faster in mass production than we've seen in North America. Tesla is still the global leader in EVs, but some of the just I would say they actually have some better innovation on Tesla on the really hardcore stuff, right? Like self-driving and the reliable features that we expect as North Americans, I would say, out of a traditional car company. But they're not as advanced at some of the other stuff that makes a car really cool. So, um, but anyways, it'll just be interesting to see where all this goes, because sometimes it's the bells and whistles. I keep thinking of I hope Tesla doesn't become the Betamax. I know that's a reference going back in time here of the EV market, right? And if anybody knows the reference, Betamax came out at about the same time as VHS, but VHS was better promoted and had more bells and whistles, where Betamax arguably was a better picture quality and did the bass stuff well, but they just didn't market as well, and it ended up being more expensive, so everybody went to VHS, which was a slightly cheaper technology. So, anyways, let's hope that doesn't happen. But we'll see where it goes. It's interesting to follow this EV markets. Again, China has been investing. I mean, they have invested hundreds of billions of dollars in the EV market. So they've got a huge sunk cost here that they'd love to recover. And frankly, I think they honestly would love to see this as one of the key areas where they're able to dominate the global market. And it feels like, this is probably their most likely opportunity. There's a couple of other spaces that I think China is much farther advanced in, sort of the energy development and production. They seem to be much better at new energy, not necessarily new energy sources, but their ability to build. And anyways, we don't need to get into all that. But I'm just fascinated. We'll see where the EV sector goes. I wish, Carlos, we could trade it better. It still
Yeah.
doesn't really give us great trading opportunities. So going back to the stocks, XPEV, like you said, up 3.6%. It hits our radar here this morning, but if I look at the way it's trading, it's not very good. And then
Yeah, it's not great.
only other one that I would recommend is Neo, and I said it's got more volume. It's got it's got 3.2 million shares traded, but it's a total barcode. It always is. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. This
Don't
morning.
listen
Hmm? What?
to this.
What happened?
Anyways. As soon as you mention Tesla, if you dare say anything that might even be critical adjacent, you're going to
Oh,
get people's attention.
I know who will respond.
Yeah, and yes, they provided some
J
comments. Who
JH
you expect?
will jump all over
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Uh, okay. I'm
So,
not in chat, so I got to go in and see what he said.
just just acknowledge again. Anyways, Tesla's not perfect. It's great. It's by far the most advanced car company
Yeah,
in North America. I'm just suggesting that they have to keep working here or they're going to risk losing that position on a global scale. And I would actually not like to see global auto manufacturing taken over by China. However, at this point, it's looking like they have a shot at doing so. So,
Yeah. The new Tesla looks great. The new one with the bar in the back looks awesome. It looks so futuristic,
Actually, I do
Peter.
like the styling.
Yeah. It looks like if you want to, if any future movies come out, any Terminator, this is the car. Like it just looks like it's something that's ready to transform. You know what? In the future, I want my car, I want my Tesla to pull up. You know, I get out after driving itself, and then I want to transform into like several different robots. One of them goes to cut the grass. One of them goes to, make the dinner. Like I just want you to just like break up into little pieces and transform into like about 8 or 10 robots that just start doing stuff around the house. And it looks just like that. Like it looks so futuristic. Wow. It looks really nice. So Elon, if you're hearing me, this is what we want. I think this is a great use of that.
Carlos, I mean, I think you've got a great idea. The seats could all detach and just have little legs under it and just carry you right in the house.
That's it.
Yeah, and then the other parts go and like water the lawn for you and do other things, and
that's it.
I see. Okay, all right.
Tesla.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
That's
you heard it here first. That's the future. Market. That's the future. Right. Like let's reuse that metal to do something else and do stuff around the house, right? Especially now, it's a lot of snow to plow out there. Go plow the snow. Do something. All right.
The car
shovel the snow,
walk you into the house, and then other parts of it will shovel the driveway. I
Absolutely.
love it. There, I'm all for that.
I'm all for that, man. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, let's see here. Continuing, AG's back on here. HL, I believe, is also mining. Yes, it is. We'll skip on that one. Let's go to actually Applied Material, APLD, I believe it is. Sorry, Applied Digital. Let's not confuse that. The Applied Material is something else. Yeah. Applied Digital is on the list today. We're up 3.2, 311 million shares traded here, Peter. I always see this on deck here and there. I never add it to my list. Is today the day that we should add this one?
I don't know. They've announced a non-binding, what they're calling a term sheet, but basically an agreement, an MOU by another name. They're going to spin out their cloud business and combine it with a company called EKSO to form a company they're calling Chronoscale. Applied Digital is going to own 97% of the new AI-focused GPU compute platform. They need some approvals on this, but this is what they've announced. So basically, it's mostly them, right? Because this, I don't know what this EKSO company is, but it's obviously a small part of the piece, being that they're going to get 97% ownership of it. Is it enough to keep APLD moving? Maybe. I mean, we do have lowered volume in this market, like we talked about overall. So it can give a little more outsized moves when you get news like this. So I think it might be worth keeping an eye on. I'm tentatively, being that we got nothing else on the list, Carlos, why not? Let's put it on there, see how it develops.
Yeah, I do like that. This is pretty cool. I could do this. I just tagged Elon on our X feed. And it actually works. You can actually tag people, and hopefully he gets the message. I told him, hey, we have an idea. We want Tesla to transform into several robots that will start doing stuff around the house. Or maybe we could start with carrying one in the trunk, carrying a foldable one in the trunk. Let's start with that, and then we can work on, because that one seems like it's going to take a bit. But let's see if it responds. That'd be awesome.
This would be like the tech version of the Trunk Monkey. You ever see those ads?
No, I have not seen those ads.
No? No. If you haven't seen them, go to YouTube and look that up. Yes, Matt K has seen it. The Trunk Monkey, they're hilarious ads. They're just, it's a ridiculous thing. It was like a car dealership somewhere that said that their cars came with a Trunk Monkey. And it's basically like somebody gets held up, like they're carjacking them, and the Trunk Monkey comes out with the tire iron and like beats the guys up and throws them in the ditch and gets back in the trunk, or anyways, they've got a number of scenarios. It is ridiculous and hilarious. So, anyways, all right, but there you go. You know what? You should maybe put that in a reference. I bet you Elon, he knows about the Trunk Monkey. He loves that type of humor. Say we want an electronic Trunk Monkey.
Yeah,
we want a digital, fully robotic Trunk Monkey.
Absolutely. All right. Guys, not a lot much are coming off this list. Still nothing on my primary or secondary right now. Let's go to Rocket Lab. This one actually has been trading somewhat decent. So if we look at Rocket Lab this morning, what do we got going on? It actually has a very active pre-market activity. We're up 2.8, 882,000 shares traded. So that's looking pretty decent there. And it's actually been trading pretty well. Not Yeah, yes, I didn't pay too much attention to it, but 2 days ago, this would have been on Friday, right? It had a great sell-off and it actually did very, very well. So, pre-market action looks active. We do have the space for it because I'm not watching anything else at the moment off this list. So I will add it to my list, Peter. Pre-market looks good today. Hopefully, in the daily too. Like if we're trying to get back up here to 77.50, this looks like is might be ready for that if it's in the book.
Yeah,
So I like it.
this coming year could be very interesting for space. With SpaceX, as we know, has rumored that they're going, well, more than rumored, Elon has said that he's going to be taking them public in 2026. Everybody expects that's going to be in the latter half of the year, so don't expect it anytime soon. It'll be coming though, and often, as you know, usually happens with Elon stuff, that it's likely to get delayed, especially being that we don't really have a specific date. So maybe it'll be 2026, maybe it'll be 2027. I don't know, but anyways, but what it does is it's going to put a lot of pressure on a lot of the other space-related companies to prove their viability, to prove their relevance. Because they're going to want to, SpaceX is going to get a lot of attention, and they need to make sure that they don't get ignored. So you're seeing a lot of announced launches by other companies, including Blue Origin and Rocket Lab here. They already had stuff planned. Of course, you don't, plan launches in the short term, but they're competing against that juggernaut that is SpaceX. And if it's going public, that just gets so much more attention, doesn't it? Because it's one thing to be the private company that space, rocket nerds love, like me, but it's different when you go public and everybody starts to pay attention, even if you don't care about space or believe in it. If there's a trading opportunity, it's a whole different realm of concern, right? So I think it's it's going to be a very interesting year. We'll see how it pans out. Rocket Lab is moving more on speculation than anything, Carlos. I don't really expect anything, but like we said, this is this lower volume market where the stuff we normally watch isn't going to move probably as actively as it normally does. That can give rise to strange moves, or at least unpredictable moves in the sort of the secondary, the offshoot stuff. So.
Yep. Gotcha. 100%. I like it this morning, guys. I'm gonna put it on my primary list. Here it is, RKLB, and that would go on there to start the list. All right, friends. I think we are all set. IonQ. Want to go over that one? Let's see what IonQ is doing today. IonQ. No. I don't see anything happening here. This thing is up 2.6, 1 million shares trade. I don't see. I guess there is some activity. Yeah, it's got some volume. Secondary. We haven't seen this one in a while. Maybe secondary. I'm thinking here, Peter. It's got the volume. The pre-market looks okay. Maybe it can get better before the market open. But right now, I'm not seeing anything great on it.
No, I don't see anything. Sorry, I'm getting excited typing a whole missive here on time travel, because Percival made a comment. So, anyways, but yeah, I don't see anything special going on in INQ.
All right, excellent. All right, we'll leave it alone here. Maybe just secondary. Why is my Rocket Lab not going in there? RKLB. Okay, there it is. Now I have it. And then let's also add our IonQ in the secondary list. Man, we are slim picking today, friends. That's it. That is our gap up list. We went through it. Nothing to see here. I'm going to possibly add some of our usual suspects on here, and we can go from there. Peter, anything you like before we get to the chat on either gapping up or down? Because there's nothing there either.
Yeah. There are a few things that are gapping down. They're just not gapping down enough to hit our list. And oddly, without enough volume. Look at Apple this morning. Only 135,000 shares. That is lower than normal. It is gapping down slightly. Even Amazon and Google's got the same, 139,000 shares. It's pretty low volume. I mean, Microsoft. When have you seen at 9:04 Microsoft with only 56,000 shares traded? And Microsoft is very heavily institution, so I'm not surprised, right? This is what I've been talking about, but that is like remarkably low volume. Its institutional ownership is almost 75%. So you take a lot of that volume out, Microsoft's poised to have a pretty boring day. So we'll see what happens. But and then Netflix is the other one that's just been hanging out down here in the doldrums. We thought it would get below 100 and then shoot back up. That was not the case, was it? It went down below 100, and we're still waiting for news. I haven't heard anything about this whole deal for their competition with Paramount for the Warner Brothers properties. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're waiting until after the holidays. Everybody's taking a break. We'll see where it goes. But I do like the semis as usual. At least they're still getting some volume. 1.3 million shares on NVIDIA. My good buddy AMD is a little lower at only 164,000 shares. I see that Alex is mentioning Intel. Intel's got surprisingly good volume today. Hasn't gone very far. It's only up 0.4%. Why is there volume in Intel? I'm not sure. Blah blah. Oh, NVIDIA officially invests $5 billion in Intel. You gotta love it when your competition invests in you. Okay. But that's not news. This is apparently just a recap of something they had already announced back in September, which I remember us talking about that. I guess as people are recapping the year, they're getting reminded the fact that NVIDIA put a lot of money in their competition. But remember, Intel was leading the drive for the onshore fabrication plant in the U.S. So that investment is more self-serving than it might sound, right? NVIDIA's not trying to just build an industry. They want to make sure they've got a key spot on onshore manufacturing if that's something that needs to be done. If you remember, that's something that President Trump promised, significant growth in onshore manufacturing in the U.S. So I still don't see anybody making iPhones. Wasn't that one of the things that was supposed to happen? I guess it's a little early for that to have actually played out yet.
You'll see the prices. The price will be what tells you if they're being made here. I think it's going to shoot up to like $3,000. You know,
yeah. Well, that's what everybody said. I mean, I just can't see. I think the reality is the bigger challenge is just that the technology, right? The infrastructure and technology systems needed to make an iPhone, which, I mean, it's a pretty remarkable piece of technology, a smartphone, right? Like it's, there's all of that infrastructure that supports iPhone manufacturing, of which hundreds of billions of dollars have been spent in China to develop, just doesn't exist. So. We'll see where it all goes. But in any event, they don't do like. Do you remember the old Mercedes car? Mercedes pulled a famous scam back I think it was in the 90s when there was another government push in the U.S. to say they were going to give discounts to cars that were manufactured in the U.S. And built in the U.S. So Mercedes came up with a pretty creative approach where they invested a whole lot of money. They built a manufacturing facility somewhere in the South, Alabama, or I can't remember where it was, but it's somewhere in the southern U.S. And literally what they did is they built them offshore, disassembled them, right? Sort of like an IKEA car, shipped over the parts, and then basically just had people put them back together. So they artificially disassembled the car just to ship it in enough pieces that would count as a manufactured product in the US
I heard of that.
To get the
Yes.
discount.
Yeah.
So it was, and then they successfully did that for a couple of years till somebody, enough people caught on. They're like, wait a second, that's not really what we meant. The letter of the law, not the spirit. So then they got shut down. But anyway.
It's speaking of Apple, man. I bought the new AirPods because I lost my older ones. So I bought the new AirPods, which are really nice. They're awesome. But the box is great, right? They pride themselves in making these boxes a certain way. But I noticed that recently they put all this crap in here, and there's no Apple sticker.
Yeah.
Where's the Apple sticker? Like, that's all we care about. We don't care about any of this. This stuff is all online. Like, nobody reads this stuff. All this warranty. Okay, guys, who reads this? Are you going through this and reading this fine print? You can't even see it. Are you reading that? Are you one of those people that reads this? Don't waste money on this stuff, Apple, and give us our sticker. I used to go in here and just pull out the sticker and stick into something that was not an Apple product, just for the heck of it, right? And now they took it out. Like, why would you do that? That is a big, big marketing mistake. They should have never done that. Now you get all this crap, all this print here. All we want is just one sticker. That's it. That's all we want. So, Apple, if you're listening,
what would you do with the sticker? What would you stick it on?
I don't know. I would just put it right now. I have nowhere to stick it to. I just put it there, but at least I got the sticker. I just want it.
You just want the sticker.
Who did not look for that sticker? You know, now you put all this stuff, and now you don't got the sticker in there. It's unbelievable. All right, that's our rants for today, friends. Coming off this gappers list, not a whole lot.
We need a new graphic. We need a graphic. Carlos, get off my lawn graphic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up for all the for the year to kind of be close to you.
It's been for my bad influence over the years.
Oh my goodness. We're gonna add We're going to add NVIDIA. We're going to add Tesla, of course. We've been watching those all week. Those are our usual suspects. I don't have anything else. Let's see what you guys have this morning that might give us some ideas of things to look at. We'll start our chat here. What do we have going on? Let's see. SLV. Yes. If you like silver, silver's in play. Look at SLV. Look at AG. There's some other tickers you could look at as well. You know, I'm not a big fan of these. SLV could be a good one to watch. You know, I'll watch it today. I'll watch it with you guys. I do have the space to look at it, but I'm probably not going to trade it. But let's take a look at it today. Neo, people are mentioning Neo. We did look at XBEV Neo this morning. No, it's barcode. This is just not in play, man. This is pure barcode here. Look at the way this thing is trading. I don't see anything great here at all. 3.5 million shares traded. This will be on our gappers list, but their ATR is probably 20 cents, right? They barely move. You can look at this daily. That's why it's not showing up on our gappers list. And we've seen it do these type of breakouts before, and it just doesn't trade well. You're just not going to get good trading. I hope that could change, because I remember when we used to trade Neo, man, we were having a lot of fun with Neo and XBEV. They were our usual suspects almost every single day on the list, but they're not anymore. CoreWeave, it could be a good one. Let's take a look here. Right now, it's just, wow, it's no volume. Wow. I think this is the lowest volume I've seen on CoreWeave in quite some time, guys. 127,000 shares traded. That is extremely low. Of course, that can change at the market open. If you guys see something great, call it out and let me know. But I'm gonna leave this one alone for now. Looks like it's trying to pick up and get going here. Let's take a look at Meta. Yeah, Peter?
You made me think of all the boxes I keep. People were talking about having the boxes for all their old phones and everything, and I always
I stopped doing that. I used to do the same thing too, man.
I went up to I've got like iPhone boxes from like my iPhone 6 up there. I guess I can get rid of that now. But even look at this I found. How about this for a classic box?
Is that a graphics card? What is
nice
that?
Box. Yeah, it's my NVIDIA GT 710 graphics card. It came with the install DVD. You know.
But what is that round thing? What is that round thing? What is that?
What is that? Yeah, what is that? What is this thing? Who?
Please explain for our viewers.
Anyways, yeah, there you go. That shows how old this thing is. But,
oh man, yeah. Yeah,
I don't need the box, being that the card is installed in a piece of equipment that I haven't turned on in about 3 years.
Yeah, no, it's Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I got rid of a lot of stuff like that. I used to keep things too, but not anymore. Meta actually looks like it's doing something. Very light volume. It's going from red to green. I don't know what it means here. Still the daily very, very choppy, but you can see the pre-market. You are getting something out of this one. How well it's going to trade, I'm not sure. And let's look at one more, and then we'll have to call it here. Let's look at two more actually, because I like these two. Oracle, which has been let's type the right ticker here, has been very active for us in the past year. We're starting to get some movement pre-market here. Not sure what that means, but a little bit of a pop there. Still not significant volume, and I think on the daily, the volume is coming back down to what it was before. Again, not really anything crazy on it. We've been sideways for the last couple of days also. So I do like the potential here, though. If there's something going on that can get going, I do like that. I'm going to put it on a secondary list. And then the other one I want to look at, being mentioned by you guys, is MU. And then once we do that, we'll head over to our community events and announcements. MU right now. MU did have a big... Oh, MU... Did we look at MU yesterday? MU had actually a nice breakout day, man. This was very clean yesterday. I don't recall us mentioning MU at all yesterday. Yeah, but that's pretty nice. Look at their daily too. So that's yesterday's action here. Look how beautiful that was. Nice breakout.
A little choppy at the open.
Yeah, a little choppy at the open. Then it just kind of settles down and just picks a direction. And the daily looks so good though. If you look at the daily in MU, it looks so nice. You know what? Let's add MU next to Tesla. Let's do that and see where it goes. All right, friends, that's our list for right now. We'll continue to monitor our scanners and see what our moderators are watching this morning and see if anything else comes out of that. But right now, let me take you to our website, barebootraders.com, where you can see what's happening here in our events, right? So today is Tuesday, and Peter's let you know what's happening today.
Yeah, so we've got our strategy and trade book activities for today. And today we have a couple things for you like we usually do. We'll start at 11 o'clock with Phil, who talks about a small account options trading. If you're interested in that, go to the webinar room if you're an elite member and you can take advantage. If you're any membership class, join Brendan at noon in the onboarding room and you can talk about how to set up DOS Trader Pro. It'll be a great opportunity to get shelf oriented. Or if you just want to go and help or get refresher, little refresher course. Last time you can do it this year. Next time we'll be doing that course will be 2026. So take advantage, 11 and noon. And then, of course, tonight we have our signature webinar. Brendan is going to be delivering that one as well. He's going to talk from FOMO to focus. I love it. The VWAP bounce and break strategy, how you can put it in action. That'll be at 8 o'clock tonight in the webinar room for all of our elite members. So hopefully you will join him for that one this evening as we, again, trade on the second last day of this 2025 year. I can't believe 2025 is almost over. Again, all of these days all sound very futuristic to me. 2026, I was still getting used to the fact that we were in 2025, I guess. So I don't know. Anyways, 2026 is here. I'm gonna have to get used to writing that down. I'm sure I'll get it wrong for a while. In fact, I have a party for another family party on January the 3rd that we've set up, and I mistakenly in the email wrote 2025. So there you go. So we got to get used to it. So. Yeah. Anyways, hopefully you'll join us for those webinars. If not, and if you want to know how, you want to join as a member, you can still do that. In fact, now's a great time. Go to bearabletraders.com, scroll down, and you can see the different options to join from the intro right through the Elite Annual, which right now we've got our holiday sale on, and you can get the best deal of the year, the 60% off the Elite Annual package for $9.99. It's the best price. You will see. Oh, I had a sneeze. Sorry about that. Woof. My goodness. Okay, so hopefully if you're interested, go take advantage of that. If you want data on the markets, tradingterminal.com is always the place to go. Go visit tradingterminal.com. We've been using it for scanners here this morning to get our news, the calendar of events, and of course, the Atlas tool that we use to look at market volumes. If you want to know how that works, well, you go to Trading Terminal. It's a great tool. And Carlos and I, we're starting to rely on it more and more. So we're using it every day to understand what our volumes look like. So hopefully you'll check it out. And if of interest, you can sign up for that as well. So we are now just 12 minutes, let's say, a little more than 12 minutes away from the market open. And that means that it's time to sort of get things set here. Let's go. I'm hoping for a good day, but I'm not going to push anything. We are in this weird little interim space here between the holidays when we're going to see lowered volumes, potential for increased volatility. Just as always, I always want you to play it safe, but in this period especially, right? Because, like we're the last 2 days of the year. Let's face it. You're not going to make your year awesome if it hasn't already been. You're not going to save it if it's been a bad year. It's just take it for what it is, right? And if it is nothing, if it gives you no trading opportunity, then practice some discipline, right? Focus on that willpower where you're just looking at the markets, you're watching what's happening, and you'll be able to make reasoned judgments and say, you know what? It's not for me. The market's not giving me what I'm looking for. I'll just sit and watch, or I'll go do something else. Go spend some time with friends or family, or watch a good movie. I don't know. If the market's not giving you what you want, go do something else. There's nothing wrong with that. We're okay with that. Make it happen.
Yep.
Anyways.
Absolutely,
right.
friends.
That's my advice, anyways.
Yep. Thank you, Peter. All right, friends, let's get to it. Let's get some levels in place here. Baidu is being mentioned here in our chat as well. But at the moment, I see the gap up, right? Up 5.2, 174,000 shares traded. Had a very interesting day yesterday, it looks like. So let's take a quick look on how it did yesterday. And it's moved up slightly here. It's a tough one. I mean, I'm not seeing great volume on it. I do like the gap up that we're getting here after what seems to be a nice day yesterday. So maybe something in play here makes me want to look at Baba, but Baba's not doing anything either. So could be interesting. Not completely convinced, but man, we got so little here that I can add it to my secondary list, and I can come back to it. Right, we'll come back to it and see if Baidu is trying to signal us for anything happening today. All right, let's get to our primary list. Let's get some levels here. I got 4: Rocket Lab, NVIDIA, Tesla, and MU this morning. Friends, remember that we're also giving away another, every day, we're giving away a funded account, a free funded account for Trading Terminal for you guys. So make sure you stick around, hit that thumbs up for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. We're going to be hooking you guys up with that later today. So make sure you do that. All right, let's take a look at Rocket Lab first. This morning, moving pretty well. So high of the pre-market right now is just above the highs from yesterday. So it's right on there at the moment. So we'll keep that level for now. Let's see what the new pre-market high is going to be if it does continue to go there. I am going to ask 74.82. It's another area. We got a little bit of support happening there. That's worth noting. And then towards the bottom, you got the previous day close, the lows for the last 2 trading days, all around that 70.69 area. And then if you move a little bit lower, the next level I see on the dailies, this one around here, it's around 65.15. I don't see anything else. Oh, never mind. Go back. October, November. We do have right in here. Oh, it's a big level right in here, 67.80. So 6780, Peter. The great level there. So we'll definitely mark that down. All right. All right, let's continue here over to NVIDIA. NVIDIA is next. What do we have here right now? NVIDIA, high of the pre-market, just below yesterday's highs. It was in the red earlier today, in the green now. Good volume, 1.5 million shares traded. So definitely looking good there. And low of the pre-market right now, we're looking at 187.59. So that's good. And then towards the bottom here, we're looking at 184.21. So I'm going to slam a level there as well. So that's looking pretty good. Towards the top, you got this area of resistance. We've just been trying to get above this. We did on this one day, did not last long, slam right back down. So let's see if we could break away from this messy situation here. If the market wants to do it, right? The market's been like a little bit sideways, low volume. 190.69 is another great level to have there. And we'll see what it does there. So NVIDIA looking good there. The next one is going to be Tesla, another one that's been not feeling so hot. Today's gapping up slightly, so holding from selling off some more, at least for right now. 464.94 high of the pre-market, the low 461.71, so 461.71 is the low of the pre-market there. And man, look at that, they go down to 460. We traded this for a short yesterday, and man, it turned out really nice. So let's see if the action is going to continue. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. Oops, sorry guys, I'm not showing you the daily. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, so you can see that there. You're pretty set when it comes to the top. And then towards the bottom, I'm going to add 454.78. And then right over here, we're going to add 448.93. So that's on Tesla. Last but not least, it's going to be MU. Had a big day yesterday, today. A little bit of volume, still pretty much just barely up this morning, barely green. 297.84 is the high. The low is slamming right into our previous day close, actually to the dot, to the penny. 294.37 is our previous day close, and that is exactly where our low of our pre-market is. You can see it clearly here on the smaller time frame. So you're set there. And are we hitting all-time highs on MU, right? So we did hit all-time highs this morning. This 297.83 is your all-time highs on MU. Look at that. So very nice. So like MU here, towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a great job. You do not need to add anything else. All right, friends, we're set. That is it for right there. Someone's mentioning PLTR. Let's take a look. Pretty quiet for right now. So I'll leave it alone for now. But this is one that I'll throw on my secondary list. I do like PLTR when it can trade well. So we'll put it on here. We'll keep a close eye on it. All right, Peter, what is our team watching this morning?
All right. Well, some of the team are on vacation, but those that are around are getting their lists in. We'll start at the bottom, work our way back up. Brennan's got AMD, Tesla, and NVIDIA on his list. Phil's going to be watching Rocket Lab, Micron, NVIDIA, and maybe Disney. Brian, who'll be trading live as always, is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, and Rocket Lab. Mike has just got NVIDIA and, of course, the scanners. I'm keeping it light today, watching my usual 3 in Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD. I'm also going to watch APLD and the scanners. And Gary's keeping it really focused, tightly focused right on AMD, as is Eamon, who also thinks AMD is a potential long. So That's what we got so far. Andrew is, I mean, maybe he's having that bed problem where sometimes that bed doesn't release him on time.
No, he's up. He was chatting
He
on
is?
X. Yeah, he's up. He's chatting on X, and
Well,
he's
oh, there he is. He
yeah,
just
he's
logged
here.
into the chat room. All right. Okay. He's alive. He's
He's
coming.
alive.
That's good. Okay. So well, we're getting ready, guys. We're just over 5 minutes away from this market open. Again, don't force anything. There could be trades, there might not. If any of you get, for those of you that get Andrew's newsletter yesterday, as you said, why did I trade only 8 minutes yesterday? Because that's the trade opportunity he found, and then didn't like anything after that. So you trade the opportunity you find. If you don't take it. Don't feel bad about that. That doesn't mean you're not trading or you're not an active trader. It just means that you're being very particular. You're being judicious, right? You're only taking the trades that make sense to you. So make it smart. I yesterday, by the way, I wasn't focused in the morning because it was freezing in here, and but yesterday I only took one trade. When did I take that? I think I got into it at 3:52. This is my signature 1 to 10 trade. That's all
Nice.
I traded all day. I was here. I was sort of watching, but that's the first time I found something I liked. So sometimes that's
Yep.
what happens.
100%. All right, friends, over in chat, 5 minutes to the market open. We'll let you guys to it. Andrew and Brian up next. We'll be trading with you guys live in chat room. If you want to join, head over to bearytraders.com. You can see how to join these guys as you watch them trade live here. All right, take care. We'll see you guys a little bit later.
Take care, everyone. Trade smart.
All right, friends, continuing here in chat. Just going to go ahead and set us up here as we continue on YouTube and X this morning. So let's get our 1 minute and our 5 minute, and we'll be ready to go. Let's get Peter in here.
Here I am.
There he is. And this one.
Here I am. All right.
And all right. Excellent. Yeah, Rocket Lab is pushing. It's taking off here, guys. I mean, look at the pre-market. It's very, very active. Up almost 5% right now. 1.2 million shares traded. I like it. I really like it this morning. So let's see if it provides us any good opportunities here.
Yeah, a little speculative move here on Rocket Lab. We'll see if it pans out.
Is the market closed tomorrow? No, we are open tomorrow. Market is open full day too. Full day tomorrow. Yes. So we're closed on the first. On the first. So we will be here with you guys. Uh-oh. I just got the sign off. It's got to turn on the sign. Got to turn on that sign back there.
Hot, fresh donuts. Got to make sure people know.
Oh, yeah. We're open for business. It's like, like the little sparkling thing. All right.
Oh, my goodness. When are we going? Is that on the 2nd?
Yes, Rhino, full day. I was shocked that it was not a half day. But no, full day of trading tomorrow. For full day, the market is open. I don't think any of us are going to be putting a full day. I'm sure not. So, full day for the market. So, yeah, yeah.
Tesla's dropping a little bit here as we head to the opening bell. Carlos,
Brian,
it's getting further away from that $500 mark. Tesla.
Oh yeah, Tesla's not doing it. No way. I think I'm gonna win this bet.
Yeah, looks like it.
It is struggling. We need some serious Santa Claus rally from today or tomorrow to get this going. So we'll see. So Rocket Lab, yeah, it's pretty extended here. But we still might get opportunities. Even at the market open, you're gonna see that VWAP kind of catch up to it pretty quickly with the volume and everything. So we still can get some opportunities on it. Maybe not right at the market open, but maybe a little bit later, right? It doesn't have to be right on it. But I think I agree with you. It is extended here at up 4%.
But It is, but I mean, look where it sits on the daily, right? I mean, we've got room all the way up to $79, so
Yeah.
it's been there in the like this last week. Yeah, it was in that space, so it could easily get back there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right,
All right,
Tesla.
less than 30 seconds to the market open, friends. Yeah, FOMC at 2 p.m. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know
Is
how.
it just the release of the minutes?
Yeah, I don't know how it's
Release of
gonna
the
be. We'll
minutes,
see.
but yeah. But still, that's the if there's one thing that'll move the market from a from an economic news point of view, it's
It
that.
would be that.
So,
Yeah, it would be something shocking coming off of that there.
all
All
right,
right,
here we
friends,
go.
and off
Opening
we
bell,
go.
guys.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Whoa, look at NVIDIA shooting up here.
NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA, guys. All right, we got our market atlas up and ready to go, friends. Let's take a look. I'm looking for a 1 minute engulfing or a 5 minute ORB. A little bit later, of course. That's the strategy at the open that we're looking for. How is the spread on Rocket Lab? Spread is it's not bad. I see 10 cents, 9 cents. It's not a penny, but 20, 30. Yeah, it's moving a little wild. I could see that. So let's hope it settles down here. Yeah, Rocket Lab, it's yeah, the spread is a little jumpy. It's a little jumpy. So be careful with the number of shares. It's still tradable. Just be careful with the number of shares you take on it, right? I will reduce the number of shares, reduce your risk on it. All right, 1 minute in. Here is NVIDIA. Man, NVIDIA looks like it wants to do a nice 1 minute opening range off the VWAP. Not typically my strategy, so I'm not going to take it here. Wow, but it's working. It worked.
Oh, look at that draw. Oh, I should have gone short
Which one?
Tesla. I'm such a wimp. Carlos, I was watching Tesla. It popped up right off the open. It was a beautiful rising devil. It was a
What
trade.
happened,
And
Peter? Your fingers are
I
not
just
cold
didn't
anymore. What's going on?
I didn't have the guts to take that, I have to admit, because
Yeah,
I kept thinking about how how it always jumped up on the
shoots up.
open,
Yeah, yeah.
and well, and Nvidia was shooting up, and I thought, geez, like I'm not sure I want to go against the market like that so heavily, but
Hey,
turns
listen.
out it would have worked great.
Yeah, gotta follow the indicators that you are getting. You gotta
Yeah,
follow. I know you don't want to hear
it's
that
all right.
sucks,
Well,
but but yeah, gotta follow your plan,
well,
man. And yeah,
you're right.
although this thing is already
All
down
right.
like
Well, we'll
five
see if
dollars,
there's
but
a.
hey, it is what it is. We'll find something. We'll find something. All right. Wow, Tesla on the move, friends. The weakness is real on Tesla. Nvidia is holding above the view up. I don't like the
Yeah.
wicks that we're getting here, here, and here. I don't like that. That buying type, that selling type pressure. Don't like that there. But let's see if how it settles in here for a possible 5 minute ORB. Tesla, man, that is. I need a pullback now to jump on this thing. To join this party, we need a pullback. Can't join it here. MU staying green. Um, just running through some of our secondary stuff here. PLTR. That was nice. All right. MU above the VWAP. Yeah, Rocket Lab. Yeah, Rocket Lab is tough, man. It's setting up for a good 5 minute ORB above the VWAP here, but it is not trading as nice as I would like. Yeah, it's a tough one. All right, let's see. Oh, NVIDIA collapsed, Peter, below the previous day close. Could be a short now. NVIDIA. Oh man.
Yeah. Nvidia got a drop for sure here, but I don't know. Nvidia got to be careful with it. It does like to go higher.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. All right. I'm waiting for the 5 minute range, guys. Here, I'm waiting to see where the 5 minute range is going to be at. So, taking it easy, waiting for that. And let's see if we can get something. Oh, NVIDIA pull back on on for us a little bit. So if we could pull back a little bit,
Boy,
give us a nice
Andrew's
5-minute
trying to
run-through here.
short here on Tesla. Interesting.
I like it, man. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that in chat. I like it here. Let's see. Let's see if it gets the breakdown. Tesla's been so weak. You just got to survive the pullbacks. Could be aggressive on Tesla.
Yeah.
All right. So here's NVIDIA it's doing a perfect pullback. I don't want to get in too early, but man, this is a perfect pullback here. I'm gonna do it. I'm going short NVIDIA. Short NVIDIA. I did not wait for the 5-minute to close. I think this is gonna go. Yeah. There it is. Okay, good. Let's get the drop. Yes, let's get the drop. Perfect. Partial here. Now we just need the continuation. 5-minute is in. Let's see if we can get a further drop here. So one partial.
Oh.
I should have got in earlier. If I would have been up here, it would have been so nice, this partial. But yeah, I hesitate because I was like debating, do I wait for the 5-minute range to finish or do I get in now showing that the pullback is in, the weakness is coming in. So it was like a little hesitation there in getting into the trade. So yeah, let's see. All right, one partial in. Let's see if we can get another leg down. Would be really nice here. So another leg down here. There it is. Come on. Give us that. All right. Let's get down below 187.70. You can do it, my friend. I know you can. Here it is. 187.59 coming up. I'm going to take another one there. Well, I'm going to be a little bit patient. A little bit. Okay. Just. Come on. Don't do that. Just keep going.
I like how you get that. I'm gonna be a little bit patient.
Yeah.
And then instantly you're like, I wish I'd taken a partial.
I wish taken a partial. Yeah, it's such. Oh man, that's trading for you. All right.
Yep.
Here we are. Market Atlas looks good to 187, but we have a lot of bullish pressure though here. All right. Here is a good one. This is perfect. I'm going to take a partial here. That is nice. 60 cents there so far from the entry. So that's a great spot. Let's see if we can get lower. I'm showing 187. There's tons of ask. And here's our market atlas, which we're looking at, guys. Brought to you by tradingterminal.com. So right over here, 187 is what I'm hoping we can get to. There is a lot of 189, but I'm hoping that these closer targets, it looks better on the short period, right? Short period here, it looks better. But you do have some pressure at 189 we got to be careful with. So I'm hoping we can get to at least 187. Here's the pullback. Let's see. Let's see if we can get down a little bit lower. It would be awesome. What is Market Atlas saying for TSL? I wouldn't check. Would I check TSL? I would check Tesla. I think, yeah. See, so if you look at TSLL, I think it's harder to read. I think TSLL is just going to follow, and I'm watching my trade here. I think TSLL is just going to follow Tesla. So I'd rather look at Tesla. And I think here you got a better picture. Right? To me right now, this looks bearish. I think you get a better picture of Tesla, and you can still trade TSLL if if the buying power and everything makes sense for you. Right? Just be careful on the share sizing. All right, NVIDIA's pulling back on me here. We got two partials in. We're coming up to our break-even point. 188 is where I will bail out of this one. I will stop at break-even if we don't continue here. But hoping this 9 moving average does its job. Do your job. Act as a selling point or a short entry for a lot of us here. That'll be nice. Do your job. It's trying to do its job here. There it is. It's trying. And if I go back to my NVIDIA here on Market Atlas, we do have that 189 still up there. We got a lot of pressure up there on NVIDIA. Now it looks more balanced out too. So it looks a lot more balanced out, which is not good for me. Yeah, it's not good for me. So it can go either way. You sometimes will get that where the Market Atlas is, you don't see the clear imbalance, and it can go either way, long or short. So I'm hoping it goes short, but it's not giving me an indication that it's a short on it right now. So. All right, we're back below 187.59.
Yeah, it's hanging here at the low. That's good for you.
Beth, no worries. That's okay. Maybe somebody needs to hear that, right? Maybe you meant Tesla, but maybe I think it was good information for anybody else too that might be looking at a TSLL on the market atlas. All right. I'm so close to taking another partial, but I am, because I'm thinking if we don't get back to the lows here, we might get above the VWAP. So I'm hoping that we can get back below this 187.59. No, we're struggling here. Big time. Let's see. I need more cushion between my entry and the price action. Hard to be patient here. 187.36 is our low. 187.33 is our low here of the day. And market atlas is pretty balanced out still at the moment. Checking. A new low here will be awesome if we don't get it.
Yeah, it's look like it's bouncing back here a little bit on it.
Yeah. Yep. This candle is important. This candle needs to close red for us to be in a better shape. All right, what else are you guys looking at? PLTR week. Meta was good. ORB. Let's take a look. Let's go around. Let's see what's happening. So let's look at Meta as we sit and wait on our NVIDIA trade to decide what to do. Yeah.
APLD and Rocket Lab look very similar. That they both look like they sort of dropped right off the open, then looked like they were going to shoot higher, and then they dropped even lower. So,
yeah, see that.
Very. Well, I hope nobody got caught in that, but that's a tough. Both of those are tough traders this morning. But this goes to some of the volatility we've been talking about. Rocket Lab, RKLB, Rocket Lab.
Yeah, see that. Yeah. It's not easy there. But you're saying this goes to what, Peter?
Just the volatility that we were talking about. Apparently it's not warm in the house. Hold on, I gotta go check the heat. Maybe
go check the heat, Peter.
You gotta check the heat. Hold on.
Yeah.
Problems.
Don't freeze your family, man. Go check the heat. All right, we'll let Peter do his thing there. All right, NVIDIA is working here, guys. We're not letting this go back up to 187.59 anymore. We can't. We're gonna be more aggressive. If we don't break down, I'm gonna take a partial here. Let's see. If we don't break down any further, I'm gonna be concerned that we're just gonna shoot up above that VWAP. So, I'm taking the partial. All right, partial's in. We're not breaking down fast enough. So another partial there just in case. And of course, now you're going to drop to 187. You just had to wait for me to take a partial. Why you do this to us? I mean, I'm not complaining, but I am complaining, but you know what I'm saying. You guys understand. If you trade long enough, you know exactly what I'm saying. Oh, giving us a hard time. All right. Let's see the breakdown. So good trade here on NVIDIA so far. Another partial at 187.47, but it's the struggle to break lower is not good. Tesla also wants to break lower and it's struggling. It's going lower though, lower slowly, but we're just not getting the nice big flush that we want to see on both of these. Andrew, I believe, is still short on Tesla, so he's trading that in chat. Let's see here. Yes, short added and partial, partial, partial. And it's got an order down at 453. I'll call it 20-ish or so. So that's Andrew's trading right now. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I know, Jake. JB Cool. It's just like, come on. Literally seconds after I partial, it drops 20 more cents. But that's the game. That's the game.
All right.
Welcome back, Peter.
Back. I think I just had the thermostat set. The time was wrong on it, so I thought it was midnight.
Oh, it was bad. It was not set up properly.
My overnight temperatures, yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's make a new low. Come on.
Trying to coax NVIDIA back lower.
Yes, I was very close to getting out. I'm glad I held here. We got back to the low. I took another partial though. I'm gonna play a little bit safer because it is just struggling to get the drop going here. Like this candle looks great. Okay, here it is. New low. Let's see. Not yet. What time is the news? So here's our news calendar. At least the stuff that's relevant. So we have what do we have? 9:45. I don't. Yeah, right PMI 9:45.
Yeah, now, but that actually doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't really move, right?
Yeah, the market doesn't really care. Let's see. Did the number come out? Yeah, the number came out. The S&P Composite Index was a little more positive. That was at 9:45. We had the Chicago PMI, which was positive, 43.5 versus a 39.8 forecast. So they just released the forecast number, by the way. It wasn't out earlier. So anyways, yeah, the market, well, that was positive news. The market's not going north, is it? So doesn't care. So we just focus on the stocks again. The only number I think that really matters is that, or the only event that matters is the release of the minutes for the FOMC, which will be happening at 2. Even that's going to be short-lived. Probably not going to be a big market mover, but you know we should get a little bit of a reaction. But that we got hours until that. Carlos, I see your NVIDIA's bouncing back on you a little bit. Did we lose Carlos? I don't hear him. All right. He'll be back sometime soon, hopefully. How about you guys? Long Tesla, really? You think? Well, Tesla could bounce from here. It definitely looks like it's leveled here at 455. It's a little bit of a risky long, but yeah, I mean it could. So
yep,
time to trade. Yeah, I gotta wait and find something. We didn't get any of the the VWAP bounces that I looked for, right, in the opening 10-15 minutes. Nothing sort of gave that strong of a signal. And then I'm looking at things like Rigetti. Look at RGTI. That's just that's horrible. It's fugly. Carlos, it looks like maybe you'll survive. See if it can get down below 187. That'll be the next significant level here on NVIDIA.
You have a good trade. That would make it a great trade below 187 and lower, of course. But yeah, we'd love to see that. Although SPY's not helping us right now. SPY's back above the VWAP. It's not helping the situation at all. And these stocks, they're really following. Like if you look at NVIDIA and the SPY, they're identical, man. Like somewhat. Look at NVIDIA here, right? Take a mental screenshot of that and look at the SPY. See that? It's the same drop. Now we're getting this move up. NVIDIA has not reacted to it yet. There's the drawing. See? Pretty similar. Just a little bit lower. And it's starting to react here, so that's not good. It's starting to react to the SPY. Oh, SPY wants to go green. I'm not gonna get out completely, but I am gonna take another partial because this is not gonna be good for us here. Look, SPY is just rocking. Yeah, another partial on on NVIDIA, and we're probably
that
going to get all out here. Let's see.
Yeah, that long on Tesla, it was a good move. You're getting the move
Mm.
higher. It's up above VWAP now.
We did that reversal. Got to keep an eye on. That's why we keep an eye on the SPY and the Qs, right? Because if you see them moving a certain
Yeah.
way, that aggressive, it's gonna. If your ticker doesn't have individual news, it's gonna push your ticker in that way. So, all right, let's. You still sure TSLL? Yeah, I mean, if your entry's good, you could potentially survive this pullback. You know, if you're hopefully taking a couple of partials out. If your entries are up at like 460 when the market opened for a 1 minute RB, this is you're good. You got a lot of room still. But hopefully you're putting some money on in your pocket. Okay. I think still biased towards Christmas rally. Yeah, you got to be careful. All right, here's my break-even point, friends. I am going to get out of NVIDIA. So out of NVIDIA, a couple of partials in. Glad I took this partial and didn't bring everything back up. But yeah, I didn't really get the flush down to 187, and partially because the SPY is having second thoughts right now. Rocket Lab above the VWAP.
Second thoughts.
Having second thoughts about being short. Yes. Going green. Decided, you know what? Let's give people what they want. They want green. Yeah, NVIDIA.
Yeah.
We want green, but not when I'm short. Please. Tesla could be a good long now. It's right above the VWAP. Did the pullback here. It's a tough trade with the previous day close right on here. Plus, I'm not sure the SPY wants to just head back lower after going green. So, gotta be careful with that too. All right.
What does NVIDIA look like right now? Oh, NVIDIA looks more topside.
Yeah,
Wow,
it looks.
I was
yeah.
I was thinking about a short here at VWAP, but it looks like there's more orders up than there are down. I don't know.
Yeah, especially coming up to the previous day close here.
Yeah, like I said yesterday, we have to keep in mind that some of our traditional signals, like our volume signals, aren't quite as reliable on these lower volume days. So, who knows? NVIDIA could just ignore those orders, and it looks like it is in the short term, anyways. I could have got in about 30 cents ago now. Well, let's see. Let's see if it pans out. I didn't end up taking the trade, but should have taken the risk.
This NVIDIA long, man. It's calling my name. This NVIDIA long here to go green.
NVIDIA? You mean Tesla?
I'm sorry, Tesla. Sorry, excuse me. Correction, Tesla. Yes, yes,
okay.
yes. Still got NVIDIA in my head from the last trade. Look at NVIDIA, you little sneaky. Look at you.
Yeah. I said I was looking at a short when you were getting out of it, but I wasn't certain of it.
Not cool, man. Uncle D Trace, good morning. He is short Rocket Lab. Short
wow.
Rocket Lab.
Really?
Wait, now? Well, I'm not sure how long ago that message is. So, that's on X. And
okay.
So we'll see. All right, let's. Oh wow, NVIDIA, come on. See, this is why I didn't want. I'm so hesitant on that Tesla long. Look at you. Yeah. So, and the SPY is also.
I could have taken the short.
Yeah, and I was suspecting the SPY would do some BS like this, right? Go up into the green and then just slam back down. Look at that. It hasn't done it yet, but looks very close to it.
Like we talked about, though, again, if you look at the level 2 data, it really shows that there's a bunch of orders sitting, looking like it wants to push NVIDIA higher. But, again, this is why you got to understand the market dynamics. And right now, With the
Yeah.
lower volumes, it's a little less certain than on a regular day. So,
Yeah.
as I'm firmly, again, I keep seeing this over and over again. These type of patterns repeat. So, oh well.
Today's
What
exciting,
did
man.
I?
We have our boot camp meeting onboarding today. So at 12. Is that 12? Yes, at 12. So I'm excited for that. Um, that should be very
Well,
interesting.
that's in Trading Terminal, right?
Trading terminal, I believe. Yes. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's exciting for the new group starting in January. And yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Tesla, man. Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Um, like this is my view at breakout trade right here. Clear entry, but I just don't know. Just
Oh.
don't know here. All right, ASTS, what we got going on there? Oh yeah, hey, look at your Space Mobile. Called out by Uncle D Trades here. Space Mobile ASTS. Look at it go today, man. Just rocking this morning. 73 to open up around 72 or so, up at 78. That is really nice. Really, really nice. Tesla, yeah. Time to relax, focus. 9642. I think it's gonna go, man. Yeah. I should. Like, again, you saw my hesitation about it. We talked through it, but it looks like it's gonna go. Looks like it is going to pan out. But man, that was not an easy trade. That was not an easy trade. But look at it, it's gonna go green.
Tesla.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Um,
Tesla's looking to go green, isn't it?
yes, it's I would have been in right in here. This is our entry right there. So clear,
Ah,
guys. Pull
I
back.
do that. I do that too. It's like the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, Carlos. We
Come
both gotta
on.
just take them.
Take the
If
trade.
the
Yeah,
setup is there, isn't that what you
take
tell
it.
me? The
Take
setup's
the damn
there.
trade. Yeah, take it.
Yeah, it's easier
All
said than
right.
done, isn't it? It's
So
amazing how
easier
we can
said than
all.
done.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. Here's Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab. Yeah, it's trying to push higher. It's back here towards its high of the day. This could be a good high of day breakout, like 1, 2. I don't take that trade, but this could be a very good high of day breakout. Um, but again, I'm not an expert on that one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it in my funded account. I'm going to take Rocket Lab for a high of day breakout in my funded account. So we'll head over here. Let's take a look. Our buddy Rocket Lab.
For anybody that's in the boot camp, yeah, that meeting, like Carlos, you mentioned, it's not in Trading Terminal. This is the one that's in the Peak Capital boot camp meeting room. So I just want to make sure people go to the right place.
Oh, yes, yes. All right, let's buy it. Here it is. We're gonna go long Rocket Lab, 600 something shares. Let's see, high of day breakout on this strategy. Don't mess up my P&L. I'm above 10,000 on my funded account. Let's not mess this up. Let's see. Oh, come on. Seriously?
Yeah.
Come
A little
on.
risky there, Carlos. That's at the high a day where it bounced before.
Unbelievable. And this is why I took it here, not my actual account, because I'm just not good at these trades. But come on, let's see. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. You waited for me to get in on my funded account. They're out to get me. You see, this is why the market's not out to get you. The market's not seeing this order at all, right?
Right.
And,
The market doesn't.
it's
Yeah.
doesn't care. But you're the one that's out to get yourself, because I'm the one that took this trade and it just didn't work, right? And I'm not affecting the market. The market doesn't see this order, and look at that. I got. That's what it is.
You got.
I got, man. We need a Peter face saying you got here. There it is. Oh boy. All right, friends. INTC, let's take a look. Yeah, INTC was active today. Like it started getting some volume this morning. It did move higher, up 2% right now. 10 million shares traded. Are you kidding me? My Rocket Lab is not working. Back at VWAP. I gotta get out of the trade. Cause I know for sure when you and I take the same trade, it's going to flop on me. Oh man, did you take the NVIDIA trade today? You should take it. Only take my winning trades. You know, if you're gonna follow me, only follow the winning trades, like NVIDIA today. You know, don't take the losing trades. Don't take those. All right, here it is. Let's take a look. Rocket Lab has just failed. Failed massively. I'm gonna stop my trade here. No. All right. Oh yeah, close position. Oh man. I'm back to 9,000. Ah, that's a shame. Okay. No, I just got stopped on Rocket Lab. Wasn't copying. Oh, yeah, interesting. Oh, so you was already in on stop Rocket Lab for something else. Okay. 70 to 80. Wait, your entry was 70 to 80 long? And you got to 74? I mean, that's off the view app. That's pretty good, Mojito. That's pretty good. Hopefully you took something out. Unless you were looking for a bigger move, then that's a whole different story. All right, I just gave some money back on my account here, my funded account. We'll have to look at other opportunities there later. Let's see here. MU. So what's happening? Did Tesla went to the previous day close, trying to go green. NVIDIA did drop, but didn't give you a whole lot after that. It just kind of went sideways, right? And that's pretty it for right now. Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, help us to get to 400. We'd love to be there. We have some really great people watching. So you guys have been very active in chat, which I appreciate. We're sitting at 217. We just need 200 more people, a little bit less than that, to help us with those thumbs up, and we really appreciate it. It does help us out a bunch. And also for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members, get ready. We're going to give another funded account for you guys, a free funded account. We already given out about six funded accounts already, and we're going to be doing one every single day here. So good luck to you as we give those out, and make sure to subscribe. Come back and see us again. Subscribe, because a lot of people come and they're not subscribed. They just come and join the channel, but they're not really subscribed. And I want to get to 600,000 followers. We're missing like 200 followers to get to 600,000. So that is awesome. Looking forward to that. But yeah, subscribe if you're not, and definitely help us with that thumbs up. It helps us out a bunch with the stream and the channel. So we really, really appreciate it. Carlos, do these accounts work through Interactive Brokers, or we have to set it up through BBT? It depends what you're asking for. TradingTerminal.com is all independent, so nothing on Trading Terminal works through Interactive Brokers. I do believe that for the Trading Terminal, the information as far as what stocks can be shorted, I think does come from Interactive Brokers inventory availability, to kind of give you a real feel of what's available to short and what's not. Because the simulator tells you can short everything. That's not true. You can't short everything that's out there, right? So I think, let's see. I'm glad I got out. This thing kept going. So don't hold on to the losers. Bail on it. And then if you're talking about our Dash Trader Pro platform, then this is tied to Interactive Brokers directly, right? Because it's the broker I use, right? Dash Trader Pro does not have, it's not a broker itself. It ties to different brokers like Interactive Brokers, Schwab, and there's some other ones that you can tie them into. Okay, so Peter's not frozen. Peter's moving.
I'm moving. I'm here.
He might
I
feel
think.
frozen from all the cold he's been enduring, but he's moving. He's alive and well. He's not a good man yet.
Yeah, I gotta actually. Yeah, I should go check it because it gets nice and warm in here with the computer equipment, right? So I don't know how
Hmm.
cold the house is. I should go check on it. Here, you can watch me move out the room. I'll be right back.
There you go. As he goes through all the kitchen stuff and stuff that's been put in his room, Peter's room is becoming the house hoarding room. Everything gets put into Peter's office, as he explained earlier today. All right, friends. Let's see. Watch out, Peter. Don't kick the
Yeah, you
toaster.
want it? It's yeah. Well, you know what? It's like I've got everything here. What do you want? I've got trays from a microwave that weren't needed that we got
What?
here sitting underneath the desk.
Oh boy, oh boy.
What else can I show? Oh, I got an entire bag of garbage. How'd you like that? Sitting in my office here.
I need to
Got
instead of pulling up to the stock exchange, I need to pull
random.
up to your house with the truck so we can throw this stuff out, man.
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. I
I'll
got
pull up the truck to the house.
random wooden board. See, you got the picture now. So random wooden
Peter,
board.
what is?
I've got.
Bring that back. Bring that back. Bring that back. What is that for? Why are you holding that? Why are you holding on
Well, see,
to that piece of wood?
I've got
Do you
an
plan?
entire
Do you feel like
table.
you're gonna need it eventually later? You're gonna
All
cut a
right.
piece of
No,
that?
no, no. Well, no. It. Look, here's this. You want the story? Hold on. So
Oh boy,
Christmas
we're going
dinner,
deep.
Chris, Christmas dinner. We need extra room because our dining room table, even at full expansion, is big enough because we had 24 people for dinner, I think.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, so this table was one of the ones we used, but we had another table that wasn't quite as big. So my kids got innovative and they used the boards to create a leveling mechanism so they could take the old
Oh,
counters that we had from the kitchen, which are in the basement, and use those as sort of a makeshift table. So it was quite smart of them. I have lots of pieces
yeah.
of wood in the basement. You never know when you're going to need them, and I got to say, I had two of these, and they came very handy. They used them quite effectively. So I give credit. That was
Yeah.
my engineering daughter that figured that one out. So well, good on them.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla, man. I see what you're looking at. Possible breakout. It could go anywhere from here, man. Breakout above the previous day close to go green, or this can be a major rejection to go back to the VWAP. So I am just waiting, man. Waiting. Um, don't know.
Adeya Mob saying that this channel's getting closer to Jim Cramer's antics every day. Well, if we could have Jim Cramer's following, then I guess
Oh,
I'd be
hey, it
willing
worked. It's
to
working
do
for him
that.
somehow.
Yeah.
Uh, working for him.
Anyways,
MU going red. Look at the pressure here, friends.
let's see.
NVDA,
I was-
Rocket Lab. Uh,
This had I taken this Nvidia trade, it hasn't gone that far, so it wouldn't have been that great of a trade. And even at Tesla, it
yeah,
was looking great, Carlos. It didn't, you can feel a little bit better that at least it didn't shoot higher. It's
right.
really struggling to get green. It just did now. So maybe now it'll
Yeah,
go a little higher, but it really is taking its time.
yeah, yep. Yeah, I would have to hold through a lot of crap to try to be able to have had this move here. I don't know if that would have been
Yeah.
possible because, and this is the problem. Where like this is a great move here, but we don't keep getting that extra continuation that makes a great trade awesome. Like this is a great trade, but to make that extra, revenue, whatever, you need it to get the extra mile. We're not getting the cherry on top, man. We're getting just the baked cake, but
Right.
not the cherry and the frosting and all the things that make it pop here. So it is what it is. You gotta take what the market gives us.
Yeah.
Look at Tesla go now, man. It is going. Tesla is going. Um, but yeah, it's tough. And I really don't like trading. You guys seen this before. If you've been around with us for a while, I don't like trading when the VWAP is here and the previous day close the next thing on there. These are difficult VWAP breakout trades, sometimes a little bit closer, because that's usually what you expect the stock to turn around, right? It's not a given that's going to break through the previous day close. It's a major technical level that can add support and resistance. I'd rather play it as rejection or as breakout. I'd rather do that than go up against it like that. So SPY did come below the previous day close. Not by much, it's right below it, so it's holding still on this move that it did. And I don't see anything else building up here. Building up.
It's moving pretty quiet here. Again, like we said, to just take it slow.
Take it easy.
It's take it easy today. It's going to move. Take it easy. Again, we could get some great moves, but you just can't assume. I can't assume anything on these types of days. So, all right. Andrew's wondering what we're doing. We're not doing much. We're just watching the market. And I'm doing a show and tell with all the random stuff. And you know what I got that was really cool, Carlos? My wife got me this for Christmas. Since we're doing a show and tell because the markets aren't moving. Let me show you, because I got another one in here. It came as a pack of 2. I got these headbands so I can run in the dark. Which we need in this climate. Have you seen these advertised? These headbands that are just like they're just a light strip. And they got a little light on the side, that you can use as a headlight or the light strip. But I was really skeptical because you see them online and they're like super bright. And then they show this like what looks like artificially bright light, right? That shines.
Like it's a truck, it's a truck coming or something. Yeah. I've seen that.
And you think there's no way. I got to say, this works. I don't know if I'm going to blind you guys. Let's see what happens. But look at this thing, man. This thing is
definitely like you're mining for silver there.
It's bright. Yeah, it's bright. Yeah. And it's even can be controlled, but you can set it so you just have to wave in front of it to turn it on and off, which is pretty cool. Anyways, I'm impressed. It's pretty super light. Super light, very bright. I've used it out in the dark in the woods, and it's great. Gives it a good broad spectrum. Anyways, surprised. One of those things that you see online that you're like, it's never going to work. It actually works. I don't know how long it'll last. We'll see. Maybe they put 2 in the box on purpose because they don't last very long. I don't know. But for now, I'm impressed.
Nice. MU, guys, became a great short here below the VWAP, below the previous day close. It is dropping nicely.
Chode is saying Peter looks like he's in a neck stabilizing body cast. I noticed that, because I put this light on top of the on top of my headset, and it does look like suddenly like I'm a patient that they're trying to stabilize here. So keep.
Yeah, it looks pretty
keep my head from
pretty
moving.
intense.
Anyway. That's funny.
Oh boy.
Right. Guys, pretty quiet today. Oh, NVIDIA is hitting a new low.
I know. I see that, man. NVIDIA, you would have probably survived this short depending where you got in.
Oh, yeah.
You survived that pullback.
I would have survived that
Come on, NVIDIA.
Oh, well.
This is the type of trade that if I was still in, would have been just freaking awesome. It looks like it might go lower here. Let's see. Tesla. See, this is the stuff, man. Look, we did another pop above the previous day close and right below the
right back
below
down,
it. Yeah, right to VWAP. Rocket Lab looks like wants to make a new low after pulling back. MU is already on its way down. Yeah, things are not feeling too Santa Claus rally here. It's not there yet. Not there yet. All right, thank you, friends. 302 likes on YouTube. We're just 100 away from our goal to hitting 400 likes on the show. So make sure you do that. Trip over the button, hit the button, slam it, tap it, whatever you do to it. Just help us get to that 400. We appreciate it. And then later today, just want to remind you guys, in case you have to sign up if you haven't done so already, free funded account giveaway every single day for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. There it is how you sign up. It's like $5 a month or 5 local currencies. Pretty good. Santa's gone back home. Yeah, Santa's not around, man. He is not responding to the call. We still got a couple of days, but he's definitely not responding. He's tired. He's hungover. I don't know what's up with Santa this season. Forgot about the markets. Weak price action, coach. Yes, I agree, coach. Weak. Any New Year's resolution for trading? For trading itself, no. I don't really do New Year's resolution for trading. I mean, if I were to do one, it's just to be as disciplined. This year was very disciplined, but just continue to be disciplined and never get ahead of myself, man. Don't ever get too cocky that you think you figured it out. Just continue to be, patient with the process and not get overly cocky, or there's a fine line between confident and cocky, right? So you got to be careful with that. So I'm always very cautious of that because I've been there where I was definitely overconfident, not cocky because I don't like the word. I'm not really a cocky guy, right? But you can feel overconfident could be really bad, right? You start thinking you got it and making stupid trades because everything you touch turns to gold, and then the market will give you a nice reality check. So that's it. Just staying disciplined, and just not getting overconfident. Especially when things are working well, it's very easy to fall into that. Other than that, there's no actual like resolution or anything like that. So that's just it for me. How about for you, Peter?
Whoa, sorry, I was listening to the chat room.
Yeah. Any New Year's resolution
sorry.
as far as trading?
I do want to get better at, the thing that I've got the sign for, take the damn trade. So I'm trying to get better at it, but I still hesitate a lot more than I should. So and especially at the open. So but that's really it. I mean, I wouldn't call that a New Year's resolution necessarily. It's just a continued evolution of my trading. Later in the day, I think it's pretty good, but these days it hasn't. I mean, over the holidays, I don't expect to be focused. I'd much rather be building a puzzle with my daughter, or we still have the last two Harry Potter movies to finish watching. So, I want to do that. I don't want to be I don't want to be trading. I can do that anytime. I can make money, when they're not here. So, do I use bracket orders? So, I do use what's called a range order, which is a type of bracket order. Only once I'm in a trade and it's well green. A lot of people like to set them up right at the beginning of a trade. You can do that, absolutely, but I only use them once I'm in a trade. I've taken a partial and I just want to set it in what I consider auto management mode. I will then set a stop loss, usually at my break even or thereabouts, and then I will set my profit targets. So I'll break my order up into, let's say I have 500 shares or something. I might say, well, I want to take 200 off at this level, 100 at three other levels. So I could set four different bracket or range orders, and then usually all with a stop at the same level. So I would exit the trade completely if it comes back to my break even or a technical level that's near there, and then I would set particular profit targets, whether I'm short or long, and then you can just walk away. But that's when I use them. They're very useful for that. Just make sure that you monitor them, because if you get to the end of the day and neither end of your bracket is hit, then you're still in the trade, right? And you've got to manually exit that. So you can't sort of leave all day, but it's good if you're just walking away for a couple of hours in the middle of the day. And welcome, Sammer Hay. Welcome to. Weren't you already part of Lambos and Garbage Trucks? That name's familiar. Sammer Hay, anyways, just joined. Welcome. Part of the Lambos and Garbage Trucks family.
Yeah, we got two. We got
Do I do trailing?
Hay, and we also have which a little bit earlier we have Yoman 2011 1. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Welcome, guys. Appreciate it.
So, Coach Ovist is asking about do I use trailing stops? I used to use trailing stops, and I at first I liked them, but I really got to hate trailing stops. So I don't use them anymore. The reason why is because I found that a couple things. When you put a trailing stop, you're going to base it on the price action that you see at the time. So, for example, if we were looking at NVIDIA right now, and I said, okay, let's say I'm short in NVIDIA and I was going to put a trailing stop. I might look at it and say, well, look, a reasonable trailing stop would be 40 cents. That'll put me back to VWAP. So let's put a 40-cent trailing stop. The big risk you've got is that NVIDIA could do something something crazy, right? Or even just great. Like it wouldn't take much. Imagine if NVIDIA dropped right now below 187 and it got to 186.80 or so, right? And it could drop fairly fast, and it dropped down to set a new low at 186.80. And then it pulls back just to the price it's currently at right now at 187.20. I'd get stopped out because of my 40-cent trailing stop. And it didn't do anything unusual. It's just normal price action. So I found that what would happen is if a stock accelerated in my direction, you get bigger moves higher, which would be great for my trade, but or lower in this case if you're short. But it also means it would have bigger pullbacks. And if I was to set a trailing stop, assuming that it's going to get those bigger moves, right now, again, using NVIDIA as the example, then I would say, well, so I'm going to set what, like a 60 or 80-cent trailing stop on NVIDIA? Well, look what an 80-cent trailing stop on NVIDIA would look like right now if you were short. That would put you all the way up to like 180, 188. Well, I don't want to let it go that far, right? So I just found that they got in the way of bigger moves. A trailing stock can be okay if you're just leaving for a few minutes and you don't expect the character of the movement to change. I really got to dislike them over time. That's why I preferred the range order, which just said, just let I'm going to set levels. I'm going to look at my levels. I'm going to let them dictate. So anyways, long-winded answer, but the short answer is no. I used to use them, and then I rejected them because I got stopped out so frustratingly so many times on what was a natural pullback as the stock was accelerating in my direction, and then it would make a pullback, hit my trailing stop, and I would miss the big move. So.
Yep. How much does a trading? What does a funded account cost? $2.99, I believe. Yeah. So if you win, you're getting a price of the value of $2.99. So that's how much it costs.
Yeah.
And that's for 90 days, right? So 90 days of trading. Make it last, guys. Make it last. If you sign up for that, you don't have to make it in the first 10 days of trading. Now make the 90 days last, like extend it. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. $9.99. No, that's a lot, Brandon. For the funded account, no. Funded account is $2.99. Let me make sure. I'm gonna go check, but I believe that's what it is. DAS funded account is $1,000. That's a funded account. Or through us, it's a different one. That's different. So yeah, I think that's different. That's you get more with that than just trading terminal funded account. Yeah, so trading terminals funded account is $2.99. Yep. Yes, indeed. Oh man, NVIDIA's gonna go lower. Oh, it's gonna go lower. It wants it. It's feeling the weakness, and Tesla is up, man. Tesla's came to the VWAP bounce, back up, green. We're getting some good trading, guys. We're getting some really good stuff. Like if you like previous day close breakouts, if you like VWAP bounces, you're getting them. They're happening right now. Unfortunately for me, I don't have these on my tools of strategies here. They're not on my trade book, so I can't trade these. But you're getting these plays right now, so hopefully you're taking advantage of those. INQ, Oracle. Let's look at some of our secondary stuff. Look at PLTR. PLTR just got stuck around the VWAP. Like nothing happening. Very wicky. Barely any body on these candles. I mean, it's just not trading well at all. Started off very nice and then just went barcode on us here. So that's not good. Baidu was capping up and has done pretty much nothing in the market open. And MU looking to go back green again. Yes, that is correct. So the funded account is in addition It's an additional package to Trading Terminal. So you do have to have a Trading Terminal subscription to get the funded account. Okay, so and that subscription is $99 a month, right? And that gives you all the tools. You don't have to get the funded account. So if you have TradingTerminal.com, TradingTerminal.com subscription, you got all the tools: Market Atlas, the simulator, live simulator, replay simulator. You get all the tools plus the scanners, right? So that's is packaged on its own. For those that want the funded account, that's an additional charge of $299. You get the funded account for 90 days. Okay, so that's how that is set up. No, I think everything in Trading Terminal is US. Everything is around the US currency. What's local currency is YouTube. That YouTube membership, I believe, is local currency.
Yeah, we noticed that before, which was really weird.
Yeah.
As far as we know, that's still
very
how
weird.
it works.
Yeah, it's very weird that they do that way. Because it's not hard to move over, convert the currency, but we don't care. We just like you guys being here. We're not getting rich off of that. I'll tell you that right now. $5? No, that's not happening. That is more for giving us membership, building a community, and just making it fun. Really, it's a lot of fun, especially giving stuff away. Love that. What Elite memberships offers? What does it offer? I'll take you to the website. It has everything on here. Oh, Andrew's going to the funded account numbers. Look at these people, man. What? How are they making all this money? What is going on? $24. What? What are they? How? And they're eligible. So that means they're actually trading it within the rules. What? I'm not even doing that good. Nah, it's great. It's awesome.
Well,
I'm not trading.
You're only sort of trading part time in it.
Yeah, I'm very part time in it. And it's funny because I only take the bad trades, right? Like I notice, like, okay, Rocket Lab, I don't trust it on my real account. Let me go take it over here, and it ends up not working out. So it's not fair to my funded account, the way I'm trading it there. But look at these people, man. 11,000. That's a nice payout. Don't mess it up, guys. Do not mess it up. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh, good for them, man. That's awesome. You trade well, you're going to get the profit. So that's good. Going to get the payout. Nice. So that website I was showing you, that's the internal side of things, right? So the back end, that we could see how people are doing. But the website is tradingterminal.com. That's for the user. For you, tradingterminal.com will be the place to go. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know about Tesla. Let's see it. Again, I don't know about it because it's not my strategy. EKSO rocking here. What's going on with this one? Bionics. That's a daily look on this thing today. Gapping up 73%. Yeah, Chris, I think it's difficult. I get it. If you're doing both real and funded account, I think the funded account it requires its own focus, right? I think you could do better if you're doing that, but it's good, man. I should trade there a little more often, or try to take, like, I should have taken NVDA my funded account today. That would have been nice. Try to take the actual trades that I'm taking in the real account, but it's tough when you're focusing on your real account and to go back over. Mojito, for me, no more trades because I have not seen my setup, right? I have not seen any of my strategies. The VWAP breakout, I have not seen 5-minute RBs are done already. So pretty much the VWAP breakout, I'm not seeing anything that's setting up that way. So for me, at the moment, nothing else right now. So things are starting to hopefully start to reverse. So we should see some reversal trades coming up here. NVIDIA is trying to get level off here. Tesla did break the previous day close, so that is nice. Look at that breakout there. MU never really recover, actually. It's trying to now, but look at the drop after starting off strong. Still in the red for today. So yeah, for me, nothing yet, man. Nothing yet. But still early. It's only an hour into the market. Andrew is long Tesla. He got long off the bounce of the previous day close. He got long TSLA. I can see there he's got a couple of parcels in. Actually, I'll show you. There it is. Long here for the break of the VWAP, for the bounce of the VWAP. Nice double bottom there. Partial. And then right here, he's got an order waiting for 2015. This is TSLL, which again mirrors the Tesla stock. So this is Dash Trader Pro. This right here is Dash Trader Pro. How can I show you my screen? How can I do that? I'll show you guys the screen. My main screen. I'll show you what that looks like. So right here. So this is the screen I have in front of me. All right, so this is Dash Trader Pro. You can see it down here. Okay, so I got my 1 minute, I got my 5 minute, I got my level 2 on this monitor. I got my watch list. I have you guys right over here. I have X over here, you guys there. And then I have my watch list. When I type it down at the bottom, it goes here. I have my scanners right over here. Oh, there it is. Trading terminal scanners when we get started. I switch these over sometimes. And then I have my YouTube there as well. So that's what I'm looking at and monitoring as we're looking at trades. But yeah, this is Dash Trader Pro. But we zoom it in to make it nice and pretty for you guys, right? So you guys only see this. Okay, make it nice and neat. Cut out all that noise. You don't need all of that. Just give you the meat of the product here, right? Take out the bones for you and everything. So look how nice we are. Give you just what you need. Depends. It depends. It's a range between 200 at times to 3, 4. Very rarely 4. Very rarely 4. It's got to be something that's it's got to be very rare. So it depends. It ranges a little bit. Mojito says there's some empty space below. Yeah, I gotta find out what I'm gonna add here. There is some empty space over here, so I do have to fill this in with something. Yeah, we'll fill that in. I gotta figure out what I can put there. We'll make sure every spot is taken on here. So we'll work that in. We will work that in. El churrasco de trading. I like that. Yes, churrasco. Oh man, making us hungry here now. You are making us hungry. All right, I see the boys are coming over. Let's see if this will work. Sometimes, yeah, see, X funny, man. Every time when I stop the stream, I gotta close it and just refresh it for some reason.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good, my friend. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm in a very good mood today. Not even
That's
Peter
awesome.
can ruin it.
You sure?
Well, I guess I could try
sure?
if you want me to.
Peter, tell us how you feel about the U.S. politics.
Everybody always.
I could fix that.
Everybody's always trying to create controversy. Oh wow, I love it. I love everything about it.
We could fix that really quickly here.
It's
Very nice.
All right, guys.
There you go, Carlos. You wanted a 2026 New Year's resolution. I'm gonna try and avoid conflict.
I'll take a bet on that. I'll take $1,000. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but you keep goading me on. You giving me little topics. Peter, what do you think about this? Oh, gosh. All right.
Oh, nice.
You guys go have your day.
Carlos, can you share also into chat room as well? No, we're just kidding, Peter. We're just love you. I know you're in wrong side of history, but we love you still.
The
All right,
wrong
I can
side of
accept that.
history. How can you
All right,
how can you be
so
on the wrong side of history? That's what I want to know.
good.
It,
So we had a pretty good day. I don't know, Carlos, how was your trading day today?
It was it was good. We had a short on Tesla. I'm sorry, on NVDA at the market open 5 minute ORB. This is
Nice.
what it looks like here. So we short, partial, and then we got stopped out. So not bad. But we didn't get that big continuation move. So, but still a good day.
Yeah, Paris did a very nice trade on NVDA, similar to yours, but he continued doing that really nice, continuation. We did the same trade on Tesla as opening range breakdown. Brian called it at the open, obviously completely based on market atlas. So from 457 to 453, and we got to stop that at the break even. And I did take TSLL after that. So Tesla came back right at around 945. S&P 500 started running up. I don't know what was the news or something. I think there was some PMI or something came in. Benzinga didn't announce it, but I think there was some Benzinga that we got a really rally at 945. And this
Yeah,
rally messed up our trading on Tesla. So because Tesla started bouncing back. So our shorts kind of messed up. But I did trade TSLL long, after at the VWAP at 1990. We got out at 2010, and I had some order at 2015. So I'm hoping to get there. So I'm long on Tesla, but I kind of lost my hope on that as well. So I might get to stop that at the break even. Um, yeah, that's
Mm.
it, Brian. You had a good day too, yeah?
Yeah. No, literally was one and done trade for me. The Tesla, to me, Tesla was really setting up nicely for a short at the open. That's why I was watching it because it was getting weaker as we got closer to the open. And then I looked as you mentioned, I looked at Atlas, and it just confirmed that there was like a lot of orders to the downside, and I just figured that was a pretty good indication that we were going to sell off right at the open, which is exactly what happened. So I traded it using 460 puts, which gave me a nice, really nice move.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. So yeah, things are going pretty well. So today and tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow is a full trading day or is also half. Do you know?
I think it's a half day.
I think it's not though. Are you sure? Does anyone
Could be
know?
wrong.
No, I
Is it
think we
only
have full
Christmas
days.
Eve? I think it's a full day. Yeah.
Full day
Yeah,
I think
tomorrow.
it's
tomorrow
only
and
Yeah,
Friday
Christmas
full
it's
day.
Eve. Yeah.
only Christmas, and there's
Yeah.
one other day I think that's a half day.
Is it 4th of July? No. Yeah, July 3rd, I
Maybe,
think, isn't it?
or is it Thanksgiving? Oh yeah, yeah. Remember we were in New York and it was a half day.
Yeah, it was a half day in New York. Yeah, we did at 1 p.m. It was at July 3rd. We did the
Yeah, we
Nasdaq
rang.
closing. Yeah.
Yeah, I rang the bell, I was at the bell ringing ceremony.
Yeah, Andrew Aziz from the streets of Tehran to Times Square ringing the Nasdaq. Huh? That's
Yeah,
who says
to
American
have you.
dream is dead? Who says that?
That was great. That was a great experience.
Yeah, it was amazing. Um, all right, so that was a pretty good trading day, guys, for us. I'm still having this TSLL, which is doing really well. Any question, guys? Anything about trades that we did today? I'm pretty good so far. I had a very nice trading day so far, $14,000 profit, 12,000 on Tesla, TSLL so far 1,700. So it's doing pretty good in our bank account. So yeah, somebody's asking about short on Tesla. So we did shorted some sort of I didn't take it for 1 minute of in range breakdown. Brian took it as like a 1 minute to PM range breakdown, but I took it later at the minute number 3 because market atlas was really bearish. So that was my stop loss somewhere around here, and then we kind of put a really nice like 3-2R on that. And now we're long TSLL. If TSLL can looks like it wants to pop back up
Yeah, it
to
looks like there's some orders at 461 and 462.
yeah. So 461. So these are the orders that we are seeing here at 461. So if you can get toward that, so that would be really nice. So it has been bouncing between 459 and 461. So sometimes goes toward this liquidity, sometimes comes toward this liquidity, goes back, sometimes goes back and comes back again. Actually, as a matter of fact, I took some screenshot for my presentation in Money Show. So if you, Carlos, you go full screen, maybe can people can explain, see that. I was writing some comments here that so this is the same Tesla trade. It's a little bit unclear, but I'll make a better screenshot. So at 10:06, when Tesla bounced back, and now it's above the VWAP, so it's between these moving averages and VWAP, and you see there's some big order at 458 and some order at 460. So this is indecision. So I'm going to make a presentation later that they say this is, I don't know if it's going to go up or it's going to go down. Even though the 458 is a little bit bigger order, but still the price action is so indecisive. So you don't take only based on this. You always have to look at the price action and the market atlas at the same time. So see what's going to happen. This is 10:06. Look at the time. If I go to this one, 2 minutes later, you actually went up toward the 460 order and you hit the 460 order. Again, it's not clear, but in the presentation for Money Show, I have way more, clear things in there. As you see here, this choppiness, you pop up, you go green. So if you were just shorting it just based because this order is bigger, you probably would have got stopped out by now. But what happens? Okay, 10:08, and now here's 10:14. After you did this breakout towards 460, you came back toward this big 458 order. And that's exactly what happened here. You see you went up and then you came back up. And it's completely expected because you are absolutely in a choppy environment on a stock that is almost flat, and it's just all these moving averages are smashing together. So just having two orders up here and there doesn't mean anything. So, it goes back up and down. And now, again, as you see here, bounces back from 458, goes back up, and now again it's choppy. Right now, what we are seeing here is that the orders are 460 and 458 are kind of gone. So there's no clear order here. So still continues the choppiness. So the key that I wanted to mention that in these four slides is that you always have, this is the number one, this is number two. If you see something on Market Atlas alone is not enough to make a trade. You always have to look at the other things that is happening in the market, in the price action. So I'm going to make a lot of really nice examples for the presentation in Money Show. So, all videos, really high quality screenshots. This is just quick and dirty. So as you see, I'm making a PowerPoint with live examples. So we're going to go through that in Money Show. I hope that you guys come in Vegas end of February.
That should be good. 23rd and 24th, I believe,
Yeah, it's 23rd to
February.
25th. I have three presentation. Yeah. No, I
Oh,
haven't
cool.
hit the 10 million yet, but I'm very close. So probably by next week, I'm gonna go there. So I'm very close to 10 million.
You can get access to the Money Show just by going to their website and signing up. It's attending the Money Show is, I believe, it's free. If you want to, there's certain sessions that they have that are you have to pay to get in,
Yeah.
pay an extra amount to get in. But a bulk of the presentations are also free, and of course there's an area where there's a bunch of exhibitors. At least that's the way it's been in the past.
Exactly, yeah. So I think the live trading is their master class, but the rest of presentations are free. Um,
Mm. Last time I was there, I mean, if you're looking to and want a place to stay, you could stay. It's at the Paris Hotel. Um, Paris Hotel is a little. I thought it was a little expensive. The Paris Hotel and the Horseshoe are basically attached to each other, and the Horseshoe is way cheaper. And and the room's fine. So it's just like if you wanted to save some money on a hotel. Yeah. Yeah, I've stayed at the horse show. I mean, it's almost as, it's just like literally attached to the Paris. So you just walk through the Horseshoe Hotel, walk into the Paris Hotel, and the conference center is like literally right there.
all right, so Tesla, really hope that it can get set to 2015. Um,
So you're trading TSLL, right?
I'm in TSLA, yes.
Problem I see with Tesla right now, it's been about 20 minutes, and it's basically just trading in a range, very narrow range. It did make a higher low on that last little pullback, but this 461 area seems to be an area of resistance. But there is a big order there, so maybe we'll go up and fill it.
Any question, guys, about the rest of our trading? So Fardin is asking, how many factors did you use to enter the trades? I usually look at the number one thing that I'm looking at is the price action. And when I'm saying price action is charts and chart patterns. So for example, for Tesla, obviously it was a very nice 1 minute opening range breakdown. So we had a very bearish candlestick is happening. So it was below the VWAP. Looking at Verities compared to the VWAP, compared to the previous day close, is one thing. And then the next thing that I'm looking is Market Atlas. Is if there is if I want to get it to the short, if there is any big order to the upside or to the downside. Right now, I'm long on Tesla because there is a really big order sitting at 461, and I'm hoping, and there's not much going on here, so I'm hoping that it really goes up into that direction. But that's not the first thing that I'm looking. The first thing that I'm looking is that where is the VWAP? The volume weighted average price, the VWAP, is actually here. So you are doing a consolidation above the VWAP, and you had this bounce from the VWAP. You already crossed the VWAP with volume. So if that, imagine this is the VWAP, and you now see the orders up there. So I'm hoping to get toward this order. So the first is price action. The second is market atlas. And again, it's very important to really have the price action first and then the indicators second. So my stop loss at break on TSLL is at 1992. So I'm getting out on 1992. So I still have 7-8 cents to get a stopped out. Another question is love form. What's my thought on algo trading? Algo trading is there, has been always like 50 years that market is algo trading, and there's nothing wrong with it. And we need algo trading. We need more algo trading. More and more algos coming into the market is better for us traders. So, I mean, we love algo trading, but our
Yeah,
job is to
it's
find these
more.
patterns and trade it. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, more algo trading, more liquidity,
Yeah, more
and
liquidity.
liquidity is what we need for trading. If you don't have liquidity, or the spreads between the bids and the ask get wide, so your risk to reward is more challenging.
Yeah, so now I have a question for you. When you're playing a video game, your job is to find these patterns when you're playing video game, and then, play based on those patterns that you know. Press the right key at the right time for trading. And that's exactly like trading is. You're playing a video game with the algos, and then your job is to recognize those patterns and execute them. So you don't say, hey, algo or algorithmic games is not bad. Algorithmic games is what you need, because you're playing in that field. Your job is to beat them, and we do beat them all the time. Yeah, Trader Hub is asking minimum account size. I think the minimum account size is really should be $10,000 to be meaningful for your time and effort and commissions and the cost of platforms. Anything less than $10,000, you gotta ask your question: is it worth sitting behind the computer for $10 for 2 hours? You might just go do something outside, make more money on that. But the issue of the capital has been solved. I think with this funded account, with the prop firms and everything, even in our program, we have this $50,000 funded account. Even if you don't have the capital, you can still make money out of it. Just invest the time on learning the process, and then go through these funded programs that we also have it, and see if you can actually make the money or not. I think when I started trading, when Brian started trading, none of these were available. Now they're available. Now the question is, do you have it in you to learn the process or not? So for CME Group Django in the journal, we can't use it directly from them, but you can actually get it through the DAS. So you can download your trades from DAS and upload it there. Yeah, so it's a video game. I used to play video games. So I used to play a significant amount of video games when I was in high school. It's the same thing. We're playing a video game. It's a different video game, but it's all pattern recognition and execution.
Do you want to know how old I am? Used to go down. They used to have video game stores, so we go down and play
Yeah.
at the video game stores computers because we didn't have all the access to this think computers and trying to remember. I remember the first games that came out, Pong, if anybody remembers that, and was like was two paddles and a ball that went back and forth on the screen.
Computer games. I remember when we used to play real ping
Oh.
pong.
Ping pong.
Yeah, Pac-Man. What was that
Nice.
one? The spaceship that went back and forth at the bottom of the screen, and you were shooting other
Galaga.
spaceships.
Galaga.
What was it called? Oh,
Galaga.
okay. Yeah,
Or Space Invaders, I think, was the original one, but Galaga was the one that
Space
got
Invaders.
popular
That's
in
what it
the.
was. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that. Yeah, Space Invaders.
yeah, yeah. Galaga was better. Or there's Asteroids, where the ship in the middle and you
Oh
just
yeah,
spun
yeah. I
around.
remember. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you were the little spaceship in the middle and shooting asteroids that were
Yeah,
coming at
stick
you.
asteroids. Yep. Good old days.
The good old days. Yeah, imagine. Now I strap on my my VR headset and fly a jet.
All right, guys. Tesla is see if Tesla can go up to 461. And again, the
Yeah,
461.
markets are coming back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think the market action here where the Qs just went green again.
So
NVIDIA is sort of creeping
this one
its
goes
way.
to 461, we're gonna get to 215. It's two.
All right, I'm going to stop that thing from doing this.
Saad Ahmad, you just signed up for Trading Terminal? I can't believe you were not part of Trading Terminal before. Is that true? You were not part of Trading Terminal? You've been here bugging me for 2 years about all my P&L and trades and everything. You just signed up for Trading Terminal? I thought you would be the first person to sign up. HUD level 2 is different from level 2 in DAS is exactly market atlas, but it's visually more appealing. So you will have, Will, you will have a free funded account if you purchase one of our Christmas deals or bootcamp. And Carlos is giving away every day one free funded account to members of Lambo and Garbage Truck. But other than that, no, the funded account has to pay it. And that's the whole goal. Like one of my friends yesterday, he told me, that can I get a free funded account? And I said, well, dude, I can give it to you, but what's the point of a free funded account as a friend? Because there's no consequence for you. You blew up and then you call me again for a favor. Hey, can I get another one? And say, sure, yeah, here it is. And then you blew it up again. So you know what I mean? You've got to have the consequence. I got filled at 2015, guys, on Tesla. Nice.
Just a reminder to everyone, this is the last trading day of 2025. So if you're going to make a trade today for 2025, you have to make it today. Tax loss selling or profit taking or whatever, because your settlement date will be tomorrow, last day of the year. So
Nice. All right, guys, I got filled at 2015. I'm going to put some order in TSLA at 2020. I'm going to put 5,000 shares at 2020. It's a good number. See if you can get there. So far, I had a pretty good day so far, guys. 12,000 on Tesla, 3,000 so far on TSLL, so doing pretty good. So I'm going to hand it over to Nathan. Nathan here. Nathan is going to come also. Nathan is trading based on Market Atlas. He has a really good program on Market Atlas, level 2 liquidity. He knows the futures as well. As you know, guys, we also have Market Atlas on futures. So here it is. So as you see, the futures, ES and NQ are the main important ones, the most important ones. You see there's some really big order on Market Atlas. So Nathan is going to teaching us. And then Nathan is also coming into Vegas as well. So live trading with us. He does a presentation with me, two presentations with me. So I think Nathan is probably one of the best traders out there using Bookmap or Market Atlas. He also won an award from Bookmap as well. So, learn from him. He's also having a big module in next bootcamp starting January.
I've got the course started too, so that'll be starting to come out soon. So we'll have a course up for everybody on Market Atlas. How to take advantage of this. It's pretty awesome.
Hey friends, we're gonna get ready here. Hashtag funded for the funded account on YouTube, and we'll get ready to give one out in a minute or two here.
Nice. We've got some, the Tesla book is looking pretty bullish right now. So if you're in the Tesla trade, probably we're sticking with it for another couple bucks. SPY and Qs are back at, are coming back up here. SPY looks like it's going to go green here, and the Qs are already back in the green. We're at the pre-market high right now. AMD just went green.
Took a long off of S3 on AQ and got a nice trade. So
Nice.
this little bounce was good. It sounds like it was good for everybody.
It's always a good idea to mark your pre-market highs and lows just before the market opens.
Absolutely.
They always seem to be levels that get at least respected. You can see the Qs. I had 621.24 as a pre-market high, and that's almost exactly where we have rejected from here. It doesn't mean that the trend is going to continue to the upside, but you can see, at least you can see why we've pulled back a little bit here after hitting that level.
All right, friends, here we go. Let's do it. 119 entries. Here is for our funded account and the winner. Let's hit choose here. 3, 2, 1 is gonna go to Mohammed J9Z3Q. Congratulations, my friends. You're the winner. Send me an email, carlos@babytraders.com, and we'll get you all set up.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, take care. We'll do it again tomorrow. Be part of the Lambos and Garbage Truck members, and you get access to that. So congrats. And again, tomorrow and every day we're live, we'll be doing one of these funded account giveaways. All right, perfect. Nathan, we'll leave with you, man. Have a great day.
All right.
All right.
Good day, buddy.
Appreciate
See you,
it.
everybody.
Hey, Brian. Hey, YouTube. How are you guys?
See you,
Oh,
Nathan.
let me actually get my screen up. The photos. How are you guys? How's everybody doing? What have you guys been trading today? Let's see. Let's see. Buddy, TSLL. Oh, I saw that. What is Tesla doing? Oh, wow. That was a nice breakout. Great reversal. That's 3 too. Just not the right day, but I still took the S3 long on NQ, even though it wasn't a call play. But that's a nice bounce. Looks like it's one to really run to that high day right into R3. Right, you'd be targeting. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, hopefully you did well on that one though. It's a good trade. Hey, Trade Diaries, how you doing? Been watching the market. Nice. Day Trader Alex, PLTR, and is that Roblox RKLB? Let's see what PLTR is doing. I think we were looking at this one yesterday. Let's bring the book up on it too. Let's since Andrew was talking about watching price action and then he starts to look at Atlas, let's do some price action reading. Let me change this to 5 and see how it looks. But let's read some price action. and kind of get into what he's talking about a little bit there. So let's back over a little bit more. Let's see. So when looking at PLTR, let's just look at this like it's a pullback to break out through that open, just through that high a day. I would check the 5 minute. Okay, 5 minute looks good. Getting right here into an imbalance gap on the 5 minute. It's a great place to get in or add on a pullback. Holding up here in the 15. So what needs to happen now is the momentum to hit, and really almost just like that right there. That was actually pretty good. That pop right on that high. Let me get this out of the way so you're not seeing this time of sales from NQ coming through. So dude, it's still looking good. But that pop like that on that high just needed a little bit more volume and then to hold. But that's the kind of things you would want to look for as you're starting to get back in on a pullback or looking for an ABCD pattern. It's once we start pulling going back, there's some profit taking, a little bit of selling going on here. We're kind of just grinding back in, you know, to reestablish this ceiling really right here as a new floor is kind of what we're looking at, expecting to happen. But then once we start to head up and we start to make those new 1 minute highs, we need to start getting the extension like we did on the breakouts before. So on those breakouts before, that volume picking up, we need to get that extension again. Because this is pretty good bullish price action right here. This is pretty healthy price action. But we need to start getting that extension and volume coming through every time we push a new 1 minute high. And that would kind of be your idea or your key entry to get in. But this would still be a good area right here below 184. We come back, retest this area, rebalance right through here. And then on that next 1 minute high, it pops. And then that's the kind of price action you're going to be looking for. And what that's going to match up here with Atlas is looking at the book. So are we bullish or bearish? I mean, our larger orders are to the top side, so I can see that. This is nice. This order was put in. The ladder looks good. A little bit of a void down here, but definitely a ladder filling into the downside too. So we need that volume to start coming in on those pops as we start to move up higher. But overall, looking pretty bullish. You can see a reason that we would want to go higher and get into those price levels, you know, from the pre-market all the way up into about a little over 185 would be a pretty good area. But on this right here, looking at this price action, when we're matching that up and looking here, when we make this high, okay, that's good. Now this needs to continue though. So we don't want to see the spread drop back down every time we lift to make a new high because we're offering into premium. And we want to see buyers take this and push that momentum up higher. Right now they're stalling. So we're getting into a little bit of exhaustion when we're making those highs. That's not quite your signal yet. You're looking for candles like this that just extend and extend. As soon as they make a new high, they just keep extending and extending as they pop higher. That's the price action we're looking for right now. To say that we've kind of jigged back down and found another buyer and we're ready to break and make that next leg to go higher. Let's see. So Tesla scalping. Hey, user. They have some funny names sometimes in here from you guys. Let's see. When is the course coming for Market Atlas? I started to get slides together. I should be recording hopefully this week, but definitely this weekend, starting to recording and get some stuff out. And then I'm working on a course too, also for P Capital. So I don't have the exact date when stuff will start getting out onto Trading Terminal. Hopefully next week, we'll get some videos in there to start kind of that first introduction part of the course. And then and then I'll start getting out the other videos pretty quickly. Once it starts, I should be able to get things up pretty quickly because I have enough recordings now. The one thing I was kind of behind on and I didn't have enough of were recordings, so I've got plenty of those now, I think, to get examples. 60-minute trend is still down. Is that for the whole market? Is that RLW? How much extension until we are chasing it? The extension would really be if it really starts extending and picking up, and the elevator just starts here, and this is where this becomes more of an art than a science, and where seat time with reading the market and looking at the market becomes very important. And Andrew just does this kind of stuff instinctively. I've really had to work at it to start to see these things, coming into the market and starting to read where the beginning of momentum starts. But if this just really starts pushing and the volume really starts coming and it just pushes over through the high of the day, I would say after that break of this area, if it's still pushing and running, I would say that's chasing it. It would be better to wait for it to pull back a little bit into the top of this range and try to get that entry rather than chasing that. But following the volume here too. And the one thing that we're losing as we start to break these highs and extend, we are lifting. That spread is lifting up as we're starting to extend on those 1-minute candles. Now the bid's dropping, but there's not the volume. So you'll see as we start to break and that lifts and the elevator here on the spread starts to go up, that volume follows it too. And that's the other part of it that you want to make sure that comes in. So if you're looking at your time and sales, those green prints are going to come in hard and fast. At any time, a red print comes in, the green comes in automatically, just hard and fast. And the green just starts flowing and coming in at a pretty good speed. Here we're running out of buyers. We're just not getting that volume. But it's decent extension, trying to show momentum, but it's the volume isn't following up, and that's what we need. We need that volume. But that's fine. If this continues to fall back, you can get a better entry down here if we come back and retest. But yeah, it's more of, an art in watching this and anticipating and, gaining that instinct of then watching and knowing when to enter when that volume's picking up and everything's kind of just matching what you're expecting to see in that area. Just not quite doing it yet. And now the bid's dropping. We're really struggling just to find any buyers to try to lift. So here's an area for us to find a buyer, and here's an area for us to find a buyer. Let's see. Bought see calls before close yesterday, bought them in the morning. Nice. Did you I cannot say that Yuyong. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. Did you do well on it, I'm guessing then? Up 3.3 on Intel? Man, that's nice. Heck yeah. Good job. That's a good day right there. What I did was enter near VWAP and started dying. Nice. What about a gold long? Nathan, what about a gold long at this stage for a few days? It's cheap. It's images. Let's see. What's our bias look like? Down for the week. Getting into last week's price action. So this is a weekly chart. Overall, pretty bullish on gold. Actually, this would be a good spot right here. If it can come down and test like this 4,300 area, that's a pretty good spot. I mean, that looks to me like a really good area. But holding last week, so what's our daily look like? Big sell-off yesterday. So we kind of wiped off last week from yesterday. But that 4,300, even to this 288, that looks like if it could get down here, this would be a good area. I would probably rather wait for it to get near this 288, 286 area to start to look for a long and just be patient for it there. That's a big sell-off yesterday. We go to the 4-hour. So we have some problems to try to clear. That we're hitting right into R3 ahead. I would wait for it to get down in, below into this the 288 area, and see if they can get down there today or maybe tomorrow. That might be the spot. And if you have an S3 or S4 cam there tomorrow, or even maybe an R4, if it ends up being a lower range day that open buzz R4 and it's bounced off this area, that would probably be a much better play rather than where it's currently sitting. But it is tapping into the gap there. I just don't like that it has R3 right over there ahead of it. That's the big problem I have. Yeah, it ticked into R3 right here and rejected. So that'll be a problem. And S3, S3's in that area down there. I would probably just set an alert and wait for it to get down into this area. That would be a much better entry. But currently where it's at, it doesn't look like it's a long because it's really respecting R3. But if it's really respecting R3 on a wide range like this, that means it should respect S3 as well. So, I guess I would be a 100-point move. The central pivot just wouldn't be reliable enough. But if it can move down and get in here tomorrow, that would be a good, I think that would be a great spot. And just waiting for it to get down to that area. Let's see. Halter up 150, might sell some. Oh, nice. Yeah, if you're, whatever your trading plan is saying, when I was trading cans there before I switched over to futures full time, I was using options to trade cans, and kind of was the theta that always kind of burned me trying to trade those with cans. Let's see. Gold at 3 GLD. Yeah, let's look at GLD. Sorry, I'm used to bringing up the future. Let's see, is it near can? Still respecting R3 fairly well. What's this? Monthly R4. It's still, I think that's still going to be the same area. Right there, right there, that like 94, 394 area into here, that looks really good. What will be at here? 394, and then even into 391. These areas look pretty good. Where was that can at? Yeah, that was right at S3's right at 394. I feel like this would be a better price down here if you're looking, to take a position and hold it a little bit longer. I just don't like that it has R3 and monthly R3 right here above it, and it was respecting it on the future, and I can see it's respecting it some here on the stock itself. You're asking for a lot. Something's going to need to come into the market, some sort of volatility to get through this area and to get through this selling over the top. Going lower down to this 394, you have more room for that trade to work and getting a better position. And if it doesn't make it through all of this up here, you're able to just get quite a bit more of that trade without having it break up through all-time highs. This is kind of my way of thinking. If I was wanting to take a position on this, and where would I find a large buyer in the market? And I really think that 394 area looked really nice to find a large buyer in the market that could probably buy enough to push it through all-time highs. That's the kind of buyers that I'm looking for to kind of trade with. I'm looking for the ones who can push stock or can push futures or push tickers through all-time highs and way past that, because they're big, they're huge buyers. And that's kind of what I'm looking for. Matching that up with a cam to start that momentum going is, it's a huge benefit. It's just a big edge for me. Let's see. Yeah, I would say that area is a good point of resistance, and just the fact that all in through here. All in through here, even up into R3, you've got a lot of imbalance gaps through here as well. This is going to be very choppy already, like it has been, choppy and fading down. And it's probably going to chop into here, fade down again, find a little bit of support, push up, then probably hit almost into R4, fade back down, then into R4, fade back down. And until it gets like some sort of volatility, it's just going to be the algorithms trading with each other. And you're expecting in through this area, like into R3, both R3s right here, into these highs, that swing high, into these gaps, for there to be sellers here. Because there were sellers there before, very strong sellers, and some of them have probably taken profits through here. Some are obviously looking to get back in and add more since they shorted. So you're looking for those and expecting those shorts to come in, you know, and honestly, to me, getting up in to R4 would be a short. I would be looking at the short. If it comes back and retests R3, you know, in either the stock or the future, I would be looking to short, because this is looking to me like a really good area to short because we've sold here before. So that would just be my mentality rather than going long. I would be looking for the short, but you're going to have a lot of choppiness and a very difficult time to get through here unless some sort of news or a tweet or something comes out, and then it could start to run and really push. But just expect that kind of price action within these areas. Just a struggle, you know, a big struggle outside of any type of news. It's just going to kind of be back and forth as we wait to find big buyers in the market. And, you know, maybe this could have been it, the start of it, and building up and gapping up and then rebalancing that gap and now pushing higher. It could be, but yeah, 394 to me looks a lot better, because that looks like a big area of support to me, just like this looks like a big area of resistance. That looks like a big area of support for me. Let's see. Hi, Nathan. I see different scripts for cam points. Would you know where I can get the script for toss cam pivots? I would have to open up. Oh, I don't even know if I have swap on here. I don't have the link down on there. Email me, nathan@variabletraders.com, and I will get you the name of the script. I'll get you the copy of that and send you the link for it. So send that to me, and I'll be able to grab that for you and send it to you. But I use the TradingView scripts. I use the Thor. So I just used, you know, the Thor preset for the TradingView scripts, and these are the best cams that I've used. And I never had a lot of success with the toss scripts. So these are the ones I would recommend. These are the ones that I use. And I wouldn't really think that I would use any other ones. You know, DAS was better than toss, but you know, DAS wasn't, you know, the most consistent at times either. So, but if you're wanting them, I would look into the Thor scams. Let's see. Remember thinking SLB was going insane when it hit 34. Yeah, gold, man. Gold is it's had a year. Gold has had one heck of a year. And I'm sure silver and silver other metal. I think platinum's had an amazing one too. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it does. And that's just kind of, you want to think about if you had billions of dollars to buy gold, where would you be able to buy billions of dollars in gold without impacting the market? You couldn't really do it on a 1 minute chart without impacting the market, unless, you know, you were just sectioning in as price starts to meander down and get to where you think you might want to get an entry. Or you can start looking on larger time frames. And you and I cannot make a wick like this on a day with this much volume. me and you together could not make a wick like this on a candle. Only a large buyer, a very large buyer, could do that. Somebody with billions and billions of dollars could make a wick like this. And when you're thinking about where large buyers and sellers could get into the market, it's where there's a lot of large liquidity, which means stops. So where on charts, on higher time frame charts, would you find, if we got rid of yesterday, where on higher time frame charts would you find a lot of stops? You'll find them at the previous lows of day. You'll find tons of stops here. There's going to be people taking positions that are going to put their stops here or down here. People that have bought in through here are going to be following their stops up through these lower days. This is where there's going to be tons of liquidity from everybody that's bought here, everybody that's bought here, bought here, bought here. As we start to pull back down, more people start to pull their stops up into these areas. And so hitting an area like this through these days, there's going to be a lot of liquidity here because there's going to be a lot of stops. And those are going to be sell stops that a large buyer can then pick up. So as everybody starts to stop out because all of that liquidity is at one level, then one large buyer can accumulate a large position without affecting the market. And that's kind of how you need to start to think when you're looking for the optimal area to try to take that position is where would I'm going to need large buyers and sellers to try to get my trade and get my movement. Where are they going to be? And that's looking at these higher time frames and understanding where they're at, where they like to hide out, because that's where they can accumulate the position that they need. And they can do it in a very small area. They don't have to just keep accumulating on the way down and on the way down. They can get the price they want right in that same area. And now we're expecting them with this wick and this buyer picking up all of this liquidity here. We would expect it to start to lift and go, but it hit and stalled. And now it's respecting those cams because there's not a lot of volatility into the market. And so, you know, depending, I would expect this to maybe fade back down into these areas. This is why I like this area so much, because there's more stops and liquidity. I would expect this buyer to be able to buy more and willing to buy more getting into this area. That's why I look at, I'm like, okay, that looks like a good area. And you get a better entry. So that's kind of why I'm looking at that. And then, you know, that buyer accumulates again, and then we start to push and run and get in through these highs. And with a big buyer like that pushing, if we can hit and really push through this area, there's going to be sell stops here, but there's also going to be sellers. So, you know, you're just having to think about it on both sides objectively, but, you know, really thinking of, man, where's that big buyer? If I'm hunting around, I'm going to trade with these big buyers and sellers in the market. Where are they? There's going to be more of them right through here because they can accumulate that position because there's going to be stops in liquidity. Let's see. Check ES, yeah. Man, so close to 7,000. That's crazy. I would have expected it to tag 7,000, but is it getting into R3? Oh, this might be another good price action. Live price action to watch. Let's do this too. The main Q is at R3. Low range wide, but let's look at this price action. Are you trading ES? Coach Humberto? So let's look here. Does that look funny? Mess with my config again, probably. Yep. Yep. Some more of these in. That's probably good. So what I'm looking for now, really anything that's going on before this tags into R3, I'm not that concerned with. Here we hit some stops. We can tell from the volume, getting that momentum, probably some profit taking in over this high day. That's a pretty good press, hit some stops there. Like, that's what it looks like when we're hitting stops. When large sellers are having to get out, we can see that stops because we see the volume that picked up once we hit and pushed through there. Anybody else that was still short from this area right here, the previous high of day is out of the trade. So that's the first kind of analysis. So seeing that, I need more sellers to get into the trade. I need to see another big seller come in along with this Camarilla algorithm that I'm expecting to trigger once we get into R3. But other than that, I'm just kind of going to watch the VPA. I would love to see a weak retest into R3. So if this volume continues, it's diverting volume as it pushes up in here, I would love to see that. And then we're going to look at the book. Books. It's not really filled in that great to the top side. I mean, we have some large orders up here, but we're definitely filled in better to the downside. We got that one large order right there. Where is that? 91. So, it's not looking terrible. But I'm going to be watching back through down here to see if, just trying to see if I need to cut my trade on MNQ or not. I want to make sure it's not selling. It doesn't look like that cam has been activated just yet on MNQ. But I would like to see this volume diverting still as we start to struggle up. I don't want to see as we start to break up and make those new 1 minute highs that we still get some extension and volume in like that. Then we're going to need a lot more confirmation and maybe several more tests. So you could think of that as like looking for a double top or a triple top is what we'd be looking for, or a head and shoulders pattern, something to kind of develop there to give us a little bit more confirmation. But trying to see what MNQ is doing. Doesn't look like that algo is active yet on MNQ. So that's good. It doesn't mean it can't activate here any moment though. The profits with the cost of the contracts, gonna load contracts from. Nice, yeah. Using TOS, can I use what you're using in TOS? No, the cams are the only ones Thor's been able to program the exact way he wants them has been on TradingView. These are his parameters, and he's tried to get it on TOS, but wasn't able to make it work through the programming. I tried to do it on NinjaTrader and DAS. DAS is just the same. You can't really change the parameters or anything on that too much. So this is what he had been wanting when Bruz was able to show him that he was able to do this on TradingView. So these are the best ones. And yeah, I don't think he wasn't able to do it on TOS. That's just all I know. And so he kind of just gave up on it because he was able to get them here on TradingView. But I think if you just get the free version of TradingView that has a delayed data, you can just get the charts, and you can get, I believe, the light version of the cams and just have where the cams are on the chart, on the TradingView chart, which will still be delayed, but at least you could know where the cams are and maybe just mark those on your TOS chart if you want to try it that way. I know it's extra work, but that would be the only way I could really think of, making that happen and getting that done. Let's see. Decided IB high, nice. Initial balance high was my target. Great job. Good job, man. But yeah, I mean, I think R3 is doable, but this is kind of one of the things that you have to have a head on your swivel. So you say Coach Humberto, I don't know if you coach football, but the one thing they always teach you is to have your head on a swivel. Don't just pay attention to one thing. You know, especially like me, I was a free safety and I'd come up and play linebacker. And if you're too focused on one thing, like somebody's going to come around and just ring you because you're not going to see them coming. You're not paying attention and looking around at everything that's going on and taking everything in. And so especially this works a lot with NQ and ES when looking at them together. If one of them hits the cam first, so they're both running and trying to make their way to R3. So if one of them gets there first and that cam becomes active, it can keep the other one from getting there. But also a lot of times NQ could get rejected like it is here at R3, and then ES will slowly make that move and bring NQ up with it, and they'll divert a little bit. And then ES will hit that R3 cam, and then it'll start selling, and then both start selling hard. But this is, you know, one thing that is why you need to watch both. You need to watch the SPY and Qs, or you need to watch NQ and ES together to see where they both are. Because if one does start to sell hard, like if NQ really starts to sell hard and gets pushed down, it could keep ES from that looked more like the can algo right there to me. Then ES could miss getting to R3 when it looks clearly like it was headed straight there. But now this is starting to look like this algo is probably active. That was more like an algo hit than what I was seeing up here. But yeah, you know, you'd like to see ES even divert and pull NQ back up into R3, and that could be your entry here at R3 for the short. If ES can pull up and get to R3, but NQ doesn't break that high a day on that next 1 minute low, you get price action like that. That could be a good setup. That's kind of what I'd be looking for right here. I'm still in long though, but I'm in way down here. So I would like to see it come back in and retest. And then if it does reject and get that extension down like I'm seeing here, then I'll probably just cut it and get out. But if ES can pull it up a little bit higher, that would be great. Oh, baseball? Okay, nice. You don't have an opinion on overseas tensions in the oil market? I do not. That is not Jared. Jared is usually like on point with that kind of stuff and the news through there. But no, I am not your guy for that, for reading oil tension. Yeah, this looks like the cam got activated. I want to see if we can get back up here though. That would be I need another test back up in here really to prove that this is going to hit, but it's almost getting like now too extended. ES is also selling. It's that 92. So what else has anyone got? What else you guys want to talk about while we still have some time? Here's some decent selling price action, but man, this just took off. We didn't get that retest back in. Trying to see, let's see if there's one thing to look for too. When these cams hit, when these algorithms hit, like one of the big things is it looks like it will look like something is forcing this spread down. Let's get rid of this. We're just going to watch the spread. Why did you go back? Anytime this spread will try to lift back up. It'll just get slammed. Like the bid just gets slammed down. It will look like something is physically pushing it down. Like something will not let it lift, is physically pushing it down. And then just like you see here on these 1 minute lows, how aggressive that price action becomes to the downside, you'll see this spread lift back up, and then it'll be getting pushed down and pushed down. And on those 1 minute lows, it just gets stuffed hard, just stuffed and pushed down. And that the spread tries to raise and it'll just slam again. And on the time and sales, you'll just see that those red prints just coming through, especially on a push like this. It'll just be red, just like blood red. And that's a good way. That's usually a good way to watch and make sure it's active, and it still is active. Like that's a pretty good reaction. That would let me know that this can is definitely active. But I would like it to get back up here. I would really like to get back up to the retest there. And I would like to see ES get up into R3. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get that like this. There it is. Okay, that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, that's definitely the can. But that's exactly it. That's exactly what it looks like. That's exactly what it does. And now it's really struggling to lift back up. But that was pretty good. Yeah, that definitely tells you that can is active. We just like to see a retest and then that start to happen again. So if they can't start to get through some of this liquidity down here in this area, they'll let price come back up. And so people start buying back in, thinking we're getting ready for that next leg to break out. And what you're looking for there is low volume on this push back up and a struggle on that push back up. And then on that next minute low into this area, you start getting this price action again. And that'll let you know they've trapped more buyers. So they've let people buy back in, and then they've trapped them, and their stops are going to be right here at this low. And then they just start liquidating so that they can start pushing through these areas to get back into where it wants to go. And that's what I'm anticipating to happen. I'm anticipating more buyers get sucked back in. We get up into this area, that next 1 minute low, this happens, and I would be out of the trade. I would just cut the trade at that point. Or maybe start to partial out a little bit as we get into that area. Let's see, just starting, what is the difference between ES and the SPX 500? The SPX is basically everything from the market together. So it includes SPY, it includes ES, it includes MES, and all of the volume and everything that comes from the equity itself, the future itself, and the options. So everything goes in there. It's just one huge conglomerate that large institutions and countries and things can use their money and have liquidity, to trade the overall market. And mostly, especially SPX, because it's not its own equity that you can buy, but you can buy the options. So all of its volatility or volume comes through the options market. And then any of the SPY options or options for futures that come in, those also go in through SPX and are counted in towards that. So you think of SPX, think of everything, SPY, futures, all of it. All of that, S&P 500 market is all included. Everything in that volume is all included in the SPX. The futures are similar in price to kind of what SPX would be, but it's its own equity that can be, I guess not equity, it's its own ticker that can be traded. Like you can actually buy an ES contract, an MES contract, where you can't buy the equity of SPX, but you buying that and getting into the futures market also provides into SPX as a total, and it goes the same as SPY. So it's just a bunch of different ticker names for the same thing, essentially. but just know that SPX, you can only really do options through, and they're really expensive, but there's a lot of liquidity. So large buyers and sellers can get into the options game without having just ridiculous amount of fees, which is buying standard SPY options. Because it was, you know, those fees would really add up when you're buying millions and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of positions. Let me see if maybe this can pop and get back up. I feel like it's going to get stuffed on another low. Let's see. I see you're back home. Oh yeah, thanks, Roberto. I agree. Yeah, I would say Kobe is definitely second for me, but I grew up in Southern Illinois during the 80s and 90s. So, you know, if you weren't watching MJ like every game, you know, that was on WGN or whoever had the game, NBC or whatever, then you literally missed everything. You know, you didn't have anything to talk about at school the next day. So it's nostalgia for me, but yeah, I don't know, there's never been anybody like him. I wish I could trade like he played basketball. It was his mentality, though. His mentality was just crazy. Oh, you're welcome, CFan. CF man. All right, so what else? We got 15 minutes. What do you guys want to go over and look at? I was hoping this would get back up here and maybe get some good price action. There's another hit. Let's see what happens on this low. If this just hits hard and stuffs this back down. No, it's ticking back up. So we've got a little bit of a change in character at the moment. It's not on those 1 minute lows. It's not doing quite what it was before, even what it did here. So there's a little bit of a change. Maybe this could possibly be our struggle and our tick back up to get to that R3 area. Because I'm not seeing that aggression now. Here's another try at it. Yeah, see how that's not quite as aggressive as what it was before? Like this, the elevator and floor didn't just drop out of nowhere on that. So ticking back in, not pressing. So this, I mean, this could be our struggle back up to trap those buyers, get their stops in down here, and get that momentum to press back down. That's what I'm expecting to kind of happen. If it goes too much lower, I'm gonna have to cut. I'll just have to cut my trade. Let's see. So let's see what's going on with Tesla. Wait for it to get up to R3. I would wait for it to get up to R3. What's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA's coming back to test VWAP. And let's bring Tesla up. I would set an alert right there for R3 and wait for it to get up to here. But this is pretty good bullish price action. Retesting. I would expect it to follow what it did here and reestablishing another floor and then making another run into R3. Yeah, let's look at the book. We'll slide this over to get rid of the small orders. And okay, our book is bearish. So the book's looking good. We're pretty bullish up to there though. Where are we? 63. Some of those orders are pretty high. This is every 50 cents. Let me go to 10. Let's do 10 cents. So we've got 46, 64, 65, 63. Well, over here going into R3, we are pretty bullish. The book is pretty bullish, but this is something we would expect going into a strong run like this, that the book is pretty bullish. And anticipating a book fade to occur here at R3 So nothing's happened yet, but the book is building to the downside. We are getting that structure to the downside. Now we just need a big seller. And R3 is going to be the best place to find that because we've actually found that today on NQ. And you're more likely to find this algorithm becoming aggressive than you are really to find a seller right here. And I don't like how this volume is diverting as we're dropping. So our volume's not picking up quite enough as we're dropping either. So I would say no, it's not a great place to short. I would say wait till it gets higher. Try spot R3 right there. So that 463.63 area, put a line right there on your chart if you don't have the cans, and just wait for it to get up here, and you're more likely to find something here. I don't like that diverting volume. The market is pushing lower, but I feel like this wants to still run a little bit higher. That makes sense? Let's see. Do you know if the offered funded account trades CFDs or actual equities on the exchange? The funded account is just a SIM account, so it's just you're trading in SIM, but it doesn't, send actual orders to the market like it would with your real broker. You're just trading in a SIM that you can get paid out from, if you do well. So it seems like a lot of people are starting to do well. Andrew's going to go broke. Let's see. Thank you. Surprised to see it rebounded after the bad press about Q4. You know what? Tesla does Tesla things. Tesla could get the worst news report for anything and like sell off. And by the end of the day, it could make new weekly highs. That's the kind of Tesla does Tesla stuff. It just does crazy stuff because there's Tesla fanboys in there that will buy it, no matter what, and trade it. And that's why you see like these crazy swings on Tesla for no reason. And why it became so difficult for me to trade. I mean, it would get bad news and then sell off, and then all of a sudden nothing would happen, and it'll gap up, and it'll go crazy, and it'll just run, and then it'll just sell off again. And I get a bunch of text messages. Is this a great place should I buy Tesla now? Like, if you're going to buy Tesla, don't ever look at it because it's going to go wild. It's going to go crazy all over the place. And that's just what it does. It just goes nuts. Like buy today. It's not out of the realm of possibility, and Tesla being Tesla, for it to buy up through here and run over 500 just today, like from now to the end of the day. That would not be out of the realm of possibility for Tesla. Any other stock or equity, probably, but Tesla, nope. Tesla's the biggest hold my beer stock out there. It will do the craziest things. It's just nuts. The fanboys, yeah. And that's what it is sometimes. You're like, what the heck? Why did it buy from here? Like, why is it just going and running and being crazy after, getting bad news or whatever? And a lot of times you find out that, yeah, like a bunch of groups and fanboys just thought it was a great area to buy, and just kept buying and buying and buying, and it just kept going, even overwhelmed some of the algorithms. But yeah, it gets just a lot of retail traffic, and so you got to give it a wide space to kind of trade and take small size and really look for big moves on Tesla. But yeah, I mean, it does look like it's trying to lift here, but it's just not getting any volume. But that was pretty good. That was pretty good volume on that sell side. Did I get stopped out at MNQ? No, not yet. Almost though. Almost there. That's sweet. Well, what else, guys? Any questions? Any questions about Atlas? Anything you guys want to see? Anything you want me to look at before we take off for today? Sorry, it's such a crappy week. Thor gave me the crappy week, I think, on purpose because he knew there wasn't going to be much price action or anything going on, and so he gave this week to me so I could watch the boring price action and bore all you guys. It's kind of, just the week where nobody's trading, nothing's really going on. People are spending time with families, kids are out of school, and you're just getting the algos, just kind of getting the algos trading. And really when it comes to stuff like this, it's just that's when range trading and the cams become more beneficial. It just becomes a bigger edge because you're just looking and waiting for those algos to start to get into the market. Let's see, RKLB. Sorry, I have been sick for like 3 weeks. My nose and like throat are so dry. See, you were saying short. I would want another test back into here. Let's see, what would be the range we're looking at? So our stop would be 74.70. And we're looking towards VWAP, maybe. So we're looking at maybe 50 cents from the stop, or sorry, 250 from the stop. $2 from me. Just for the RVR, I would want my entry up and around here somewhere. Because if you're going to put your stop here at 70, and you're looking for $2 from there as your best move, then you're going to need about a 20-cent stop or so. So you're going to need to be somewhere within here to get a decent move. What I would think of is at least really a 3-to-1 to VWAP and R4. At least getting that much. But if you take your short through here, you're not wrong until it breaks high a day. But you don't want a dollar stop on something that has to push through all of this. Because then you're looking down here at R3. Or even, through the low a day. And that's a big ask. I would let it get higher. I would wait for a retest back up into this area. And then on that next 1 minute low, as we break into here, that's what I'd be watching. I'd be watching the next 1 minute low. If you get this kind of extension, well, that was a good volume. But if you get like what we saw in NQ, where it made that low and then the elevator just dropped, that would be my indication then for an entry. But up here, not through here. And then if it can struggle up and start to deviate on that volume, it can trap some more buyers. You're more likely to get that move then on that press as you hit those stops as well. So it's just a little too far extended. I would want it up here. And that's just for the RVR. That's just the reason that I would want that up there. Well, awesome, guys. I really appreciate it. We'll see when the algos pop, do they trigger other algos leading to a series of large green candles? They will trigger other algos, yeah. So, I mean, there are algos out there that trade other algos. So absolutely. And that's kind of when you're trading the alpha algos, like the Camarillo pivots, then you know there are going to be other algorithms that are going to jump on board. So that's where the volume starts to come in and how we're pressing and pushing. That's when all that really starts to hit and come into the market. And that's what you're playing when you're playing cams. And yes, there are algos out there that people that have seen that happen and that know that it happened. And so when it starts to happen, their algos hit too and jump on board. And so do I. I jump on board with them. I'm doing the same thing. I just don't have another algorithm. I just have me. But I'm trading like I would trade with an algorithm. All right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. And happy New Year to all of you. I keep forgetting that it's going to be New Year's in a couple of days. Tomorrow, Michigan has their bowl game. We'll see how that goes. It's been a roller coaster kind of 2 years with Michigan. We got the championship, and now it's just been like, what is happening? Like, I don't even understand like what's happening and how all this stuff is happening. But all right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good one.